the night, bump in the night. Did you hear a bump in the night? Bump in the night, bump in the night. Bump in the night, bump in the night. Did you hear a bump in the night? Bump in the night, bump in the night.
Yo, what up?
What up? What up? You gonna do the little
You didn't
intro thing?
You didn't get to do your little pause at the beginning. I cut it in too quick.
I know.
What's up? This is Exploring Your Society. I'm your host, Sean Bowman.
Mikey B.
Today we have a special guest, Adam the Historian. Adam Begin.
Yep.
She'll be on in a few minutes.
So, as everybody knows, we always start off with a little question of the day. So the question, Sean, you can go first, is where's the most awkward place or awkward situation you ever had while taking a poop?
Little spooky do.
Doesn't have to be spooky, but I mean, you know.
I don't know about like haunted wise as much. I mean, we definitely pooped in some random places and some grimy places, but I think that the first thing that comes to my mind is actually when we had our photo shoot at Ohio Pile, and me and Phil both had to poop really bad. We both rode in the same car, so we got there and we go in a public restroom. Public restroom's packed, and me and Phil are sitting next to each other in two different stalls, obviously. And he's talking to me the whole time. He's talking to me the whole time. It's so weird. Like there's people coming in and out of the bathroom and like just like outside of our stall, and he's just talking like we're having a normal conversation while we're both taking a shit. So
Mine is I used to always go the first day of trout fishing. We'd always go to one of the local creeks, and for years we would poop, we would pee, we would poop under the bridge, pee, wherever. And there was always this guy, these two guys that were across the creek every year, and we never talked to them. And I mean, they were fishing for at least a decade on the other side of the creek. And the one morning I ended up going underneath the bridge, took care of my business. And for whatever reason, this year they decided to wade over across the creek and talk to us. And the guy's like, "Hi, I'm Roy," and we're like, or whatever his name was, I don't remember. And we're like, "Hi, Roy," and he's like, "And this is my mother, June," or whatever her name was. So we always assumed she was a guy, but this whole time for decades we've been shitting and pissing. It's past 2 minutes, so I'm allowed to go. Shitting and pissing in front of this man and his mother. Traumatizing for her and us.
So Adam's gonna know what his opening question is. I'm gonna run the intro again real quick, just because like I like to have an intro before they come in. I'm gonna have to make two intros, one just for like me and you, and then have like one for the guest. But for right now, we'll just run the same thing.
I'll do the pause.
There it is.
Bump in the night. Did you hear a bump in the night? Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Bump in the night. Did you hear a bump in the night? Bump in the night. Bump in the night.
What's up, Adam?
Oh, fucking grooving out to that song, man. Pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Nice intro. Cheers.
We need to make a metal version of it.
See, you got me when I used to sing in the metal band with the fake blood on my head. You got me screaming in the mic. That's dope. A lot of people don't know that. So, shout out to Colin Gallagher from me. We opened up for Mushroom Head from Cleveland, Ohio. There's a band called Mushroom Head. It's a 9-piece band.
Yeah, I've seen them before. Yeah,
Mushroom Head,
Auburn, Maine. Yeah, I got to meet the whole band, autographs, and our band was third before them. And El Nino, they're from Brazil.
I remember them. Yeah.
Band. So that was a cool shit. Okay, so anyway, by the way, awesome and gross question at the same time, right up my alley. Best place, or not best place, but oddest and most memorable place I've ever took a shit. You think it'd be Disney World, right? No. When I went with Chris Sanders across country to Iowa one time, like right before Corona, actually Corona hit halfway there. We're going to the Axe Murder House in Vasilla, and Corona hit, and we couldn't go. And that's no kidding. So I ended up seeing like Paul Gray's grave, the bass player for Slipknot. He's buried in Des Moines. I went to his gravestone and a couple of places. But anyway, so halfway across, we took the road trip. We're in Indiana, Cornville heaven, yeehaw! And I go to a truck stop at 2 a.m. because it's a 22-hour straight drive from Maine to Iowa. So the truck stop, and I just got to go. These, Taco Bell burritos are ready to exit. What's up, Brandon Golding? So we go to this truck stop at like 2 a.m, dude, and then like 3 huge truckers come in and just start sitting in the stalls next to me, and it's like fucking shit wars, battle shit. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna gag, bro. So yeah, 3 a.m, 3 of the truck drivers and I shared a potty together. That's killer. So
nice. It's a real bonding experience.
Oh, good times. It's in there. I don't want to forget that. I'll forget my PIN number for my credit card, but I don't forget that.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Adam?
Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm Adam Begin, B-E-G-I-N. You said it right, by the way, Begin, French, or Begin. If you're a hockey player, Steve Begin. Born and raised in Maine. My whole life, I went to Lisbon, Maine. I went to Lisbon High School, the same high school as Stephen King, one of my idols for sure. Probably the best author of our time, if not ever, in my opinion. Sure. I've done a little bit of it all. I saw my first entity at about 9 years old, 1988. My grandfather had passed, and I was at my trailer in Lisbon with my mom's father. And he came to me right in the middle of sleep, walked me to the fridge, got me a glass of milk or water or whatever, and walked me back to sleep and said he loved me. And I said, I thought you dead. He goes, no, we don't die. And that's all I remembered. He went up. And of course, as a kid, you don't know what's going on. You don't tell your mom if she's all distraught. I just didn't want to think, So a couple of years later, come to find out, my sister heard about it, or I'm sorry, she saw him too and came to and said, hey, I saw Papa too. Like I was waving to him. And so that was at 9, right? So at 10, 11, a couple of years later, I'm watching my stepfather goes hunting in Lisbon, because in Maine, that's what you do. We kill our deer and hunt and fish and shit. And, my mom's watching The Shining, and that was my first ever horror movie. And she goes, the guy that made this book, that made this movie, you're going to go to the same high school as him. And that's no kidding. And in my senior year, History Channel was there at Lisbon High School. So a couple of years before that, I'm 14 now, and I'm at Central Maine Medical Center where I was born. It's a hospital in Lewiston. It's just used to hang people in Maine, believe it or not. It's right on the hanging field. It's kind of weird. And my grandfather was there, my dad's father, Conrad Begin. And he was dying. So we went to go see him, and he literally died in front of me at 14, like eyes rolling back, vomited. It's not like a peaceful death like you'd think. There's a lot of actions that go on sometimes. And I saw that all at 14, 15. A couple years after seeing my dead body and the whole King thing growing up in Maine. Fucking, hey, Linda. Good people right there from Seattle. Thanks for checking in. So, yeah, man, at an early time, I got thrown on to Ghost and Death and Stephen King and fucking, everybody else is still watching Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I watch too, or whatever. I'm very much into Ghostbusters. I'm very much like trying to figure out, am I crazy? What did I see? Do I get a gift? I don't know. So then you see Ghost Hunters. That's kind of brought it out in me too, honestly, the first one. And I had Dustin Perry as a guest on my show. Awesome. And I told him, I'm like, man, I looked up to you. I'm like, that's what kind of made me realize that this is a thing. And then, of course, Ed Lorraine Warren, Hans Holzer, you start realizing, Sean Bowman, you start realizing all these big names out there. And you start realizing these people, and you're like, well, fuck, if we are weird, we're a gang of weirdos. Hallelujah. So I guess fast forward, if you want me to keep going. I'm gonna talk.
For sure.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
What's up, John? John's fighting cancer up there in Seattle. Him and his wife, Linda, they tune in every week to my show. If they're fans of me, they'll be fans of you. John, Bump in the Night. Check them out, dude. John's a good fucking cat. Good. He'll support you. He'll order your stuff. He's a good dude. Talk really nice of you. So good people. So a couple years later, in relationships and stuff. So I ended up being single, and I ended up going to live with my mom, and she lived in Casco, Maine. And she was kind of not ill, but she's getting frail, ready to retire from LL Bean. You guys heard of LL Bean. And I kind of lived with her for a couple summers, kind of just take care of her. Her husband left her. It's just me and mom chilling. I don't give a shit. I'm, 40 years old at this point, 39 actually. And my mom ends up, she's a big wrestling fan. You can't see my tattoo. I'm a big WWF wrestling fan. And I got her into it. She loved Roman Reigns. And she ended up going to the hospital, same hospital, Central
I'm
Maine
big on
Medical
wrestling
Center,
too.
when my grandfather died. And she went for blood work. And I'm at home waiting, bro. And then I got a call from my sister saying, Mom just died. I go, what? And I put my fucking fist right through the window, lost my stuff, quit my job, dude. Me and my girlfriend kind of split up because I was just losing my cool. So I bought an RV, man, because I didn't have no place to go. And I bought this big RV, and my dude let me keep it in the back of his flea market in Scarborough, Maine. Shout out to Chris. And I stayed there, dude, for about a year and a half by myself, homeless. I'm gonna try not to cry because it's rough for me.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything, man. I didn't have my mom. I was just turning 40. My girl left me. So then I get bequeathed my mom's car in the will, right? So then I get hit in the head-on collision, dude, and I died for 39 and a half seconds or something. I get the testament thing still. They had to paddle me. All this is Corona's going on. So guess who get no visitors in the hospital on his deathbed?
Oh yeah.
Not one, because it's Corona season to boot.
Yeah.
So my girl,
We had our kid during Corona season, so yeah.
dude, that's a lot of scars. That's a lot of scars, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to get into a couple suicide attempts later, and I'm still here. And this was before anybody knew Adam. This was before I was cool. Everybody sent me little freebies and sponsored me and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm on borrowed time, so I'm digging it. But for the most part, dude, I was a nobody to no one. You know what I mean? Not to steal the verse from Slipknot, but.
Well, we're glad you're here, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm in the RV chilling, and I'm still doing my thing. If you guys follow me on YouTube, Adam Historian Ghost Hunter, I got videos from years ago from going to graveyards at midnight, to houses made out of tombstones, to where vampires and witches are buried, all that shit. I've dug it. So I got a call from this guy, Ross Rapazzo, and he's like, I want you to be on my show, my Paranormal King radio show. And I said, all right, some radio show out of Canada. So I was on a show, dude. I was a guest. I'm sitting in my RV with no fucking power. The RV didn't have any power. Generator died, dude. I'm living in the wintertime. I thought I was going to freeze to death. And I ain't kidding you, man. You ain't been anywhere, so you've been nowhere. I literally didn't have anything. Not to bring it up again, man, but I was on the bottom. People say they're on the bottom. Dude, I didn't, There's
another level down. Yeah, from
shitting in snowbanks when it's 20 degrees in Maine is not, and praying the cops don't see you because there's no squatting rule in Scarborough. You can't squat. You can't be homeless. Well, I was in a big RV amongst other RVs that he had for storage. So I couldn't have a light on, man. I'm sitting there smoking weed. Oh, hide the lighter. You know what I mean? I'm trying to live during Corona to boot. So I door dashed. And that's what I did for the longest time. I since my accident, I haven't done anything but until recently. Mm-hmm. So Ross wants me to be on a show, dude. I'm a guest on a show. Right after he goes, you're a talker. Oh, you're brilliant. You want your own show? I go, really? What can I name it? He goes, anything you want. I go, I've always historically haunted. So I did a historically haunted show for like a year, dude. And I talked to Tony Spera, and I talked to Jeff Mudgett, America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes. That's my girl, Heather. What's up, baby? What's your life guide? Jeff Mudgett, H.H. Holmes' great-great-grandson. Talk to all of them. Dan
that's
Rivera.
An interesting guest, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's really good.
I've been to his house in New Hampshire. We can get into that later. So next thing you know, I'm like, well, this podcast shit. I said, I can do that. I got a laptop, so I did it. So now between that and doing tours, and I'm a booking agent now, and literally my sponsor, who's giving me over $1,000, well, giving me money, Donnie Green. Donnie Green, Bauer and Green Logistics. He drove the red truck in Pet Cemetery that killed Gage. Get the baby.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Stephen King, dude. Right up my alley. And guess who else is my client? Stacy Johnson. Stacy Johnson. I'm going to take you for a ride. She played Pennywise, but Bill Skarsgård didn't. Right there. There's my.
Oh, okay.
Miko Hughes, bro. Jason.
That's cool.
Texas. My podcast room. So I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm on borrowed
That's
time. Awesome. My mom was always in the front row when I was singing in the metal band, screaming, hanging myself on my microphone cord and fake blood. And I live life to the extreme. I'm not on cocaine. I swear to Christ, I'm not. I just smoke a little bit of weed. Dude, I could be 6 feet deep right now. I should be 6 feet deep. I had the paddle marks, bro. My chest hurt for months. Heather nursed me back to health. So yeah, I know that was a long answer to your story. We went like 15 minutes deep.
No, it's fine.
But I can't just leave out things. That's why I'm writing a book. I'm halfway through my first book. It's an autobiography because I feel like I don't have any kids of my own. My girlfriend's got kids. I want to leave something to someone,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it makes
You wanna smoke?
sense. Nah, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So I know, like oh, there you go. So my dad actually lost his arm when I was a kid, and he was I forget how long he was pronounced dead for. And I don't know if you want to go into it at all, but he doesn't recall anything. Like I know a lot of people say, you know, you see a light, you see your life flash before your eyes. He said it was nothing.
Some people say they even see flames and shit. I've heard of stories. So of course, I looked it up. I was intrigued.
Yeah.
I literally felt like a day had passed, maybe a week. I woke up and they're like, "Hey, there he is. Hey, do you know your name? You know what happened?" And my pants are cut off, and I'm in the back of an ambulance. And I go, "What?" And my car was flipped upside down. But then I start thinking, I'm having flashbacks, and I had a dream that my mom came to me and pushed me and said, "Get out, my boy." And I told my girl Heather, I go, "My airbags are orange. My wallet's in my car." And my mom told me to get out. She's like, "Airbags are white. Your wallet's probably gone." And okay. So we go to the junkyard. You can see pictures of it on my GoFundMe from a year ago. Like fucking Ford Fusion's demolished, dude. Oh, demolished front end. The winch, my head off the windshield. You see, I had a crack, big egg. And my wallet was in the car. My airbags, sir, were both orange.
Orange.
So.
Now, did it change your personality at all? Like, because I know when people have like near-death experiences, it can sometimes change them.
I wasn't so, I mean, I'm open, honestly, but I wasn't so open. I was kind of a quiet nerd in school. I kind of watched from afar. I didn't have good self-esteem. Okay. Now I could give a shit who likes me. I really don't give a fuck. Who cares? Who, you know, oh, Adam's a poser. And he always cries about dying. Then block me. I don't care because I have enough people that dig me, dude. And I'm sponsored by a Stephen King actor. So that's cool. But I feel like I retain things. I call myself the Rain Man of the paranormal, dude, because I'm like, oh, I'm all about the witch trials. I know all this stuff now. I absorb it. Like I know the B-52 bomber crash site on Elephant Mountain in Greenville in 1967, and 8 passengers died. 8 Massachusetts pilots died. 2 survived, got frostbite, were rescued 12 hours later because there was no road going out there. They had to take the trees down to get to it, and it's a free site now. And I've been there, my YouTube channel, and no one's investigated it yet. The plane's still there. There's tires. Yo, check out tires everywhere. Fuel lodges. Oh, dude, big hole in the mountain. A big gravestone has all their names on it, and no one's investigated it. So I got a lot of.
Is that because of a police presence that no one's investigated it?
Well, it's a logging road. It takes you a half hour off the main road to get there. It's complete dirt, and I beat the crap out of my car going out there. There's people passing me in dump trucks. It's a trucker's road. Yeah. It's not really known either. I found it on Atlas Obscura, which I follow a lot, but of course, Maine people know about it too. But it's not. It's Greenville, Maine, up here by Moosehead Lake. If you come into Maine, it's about a 4-hour drive nonstop. No one comes up here. Very rarely, because it's so far out of the way. It's a dead-end state. No one's going through it. You know what I mean? You don't come to Maine unless you come to Maine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is cool in that aspect, you know.
Yeah, unless you're a Stephen King fanatic, there's not really much of a reason.
Right, LL Bean, Stephen King, and if you like good seafood, but you can stay down south. You can stay by Massachusetts for that and shit. Thank goodness. Yeah. And it's like, don't tell them where you live. Don't tell them how cheap your rent is. Don't have anybody move there. You know? But Danny Perez, if you know him, the Radicals, him and Lauren.
Yeah, I know Danny and Lauren.
He actually made me this. Well, I don't want to take it down to ruin it, but he made me a spirit board with Historically Haunted on it with me in the middle. You see that?
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They came down from Connecticut, dude. They drove down, stayed in Bangor just to take my tour. They gave me about $100-something, a couple extra goodies. They gave me that. And I gave them about a 4-hour tour of everything from the Pet Cemetery house to King's house to where gangster Al Brady was shot and killed in the streets in 1937 after Bonnie and Clyde died. He was killed by the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, and they got a big brick saying, "No, he was killed here," and he's buried in the cemetery where Stephen King was the Reverend. He's buried in that cemetery. I took him around. There's some morbid stuff up here. If you're going to come up, Historically Haunted Tours, check us out. I know where a lot of the movies were filmed. Graveyard Shift, the big mill. I know where that is in Maine. Creep Show 2. The lady did it. Thanks for the ride, lady. I know where all those spots are. I know where she hit him. Hey, dude, I know where she drove him. Oh, yeah. The house at the end when he kills him, I know where that is. It's actually an old folks' home now. The garage is an office, but I've been there. I got a pamphlet.
Okay.
Now, have you investigated any of these locations?
I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
We met the Radicals at Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Now,
I
have
don't
you
really get along with
investigated
Chris Sanders
locations
anymore,
where
but-
the movies were filmed and like picked anything up regarding the movie, or is it more the history of the location that you pick up?
Oh, I think it picked up like memoirs because I went to
No. I meant during an
Oh.
investigation. If you investigated the place.
Well, honestly, he does. I mean, Maine is loaded with it. Where Victor Pascal gets brought up the steps, that's actually in Ellsworth. It's a town hall. It's actually a museum in the streets, and it's one of the oldest buildings in Ellsworth. And when I went in, the girl gave me the whole tour. There used to be a jail downstairs. Upstairs was a dance hall with a bounce floor. I didn't bring equipment in, but you can feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to be an empath to really feel like there's been a lot of souls in and out of that place in good and bad terms. So things like that. I did go to a place in Corinna, Maine, where they shot a little bit of Graveyard Shift, right? So I go to the town office and I'm talking to the lady about it. She goes, well, there's not much left of the mill. It was torn down, but you want to see our jail cells in the basement from 1850? I go, do I? That's a video, and I picked up some stuff there, dude. I felt angry. I felt agitated with her instantly. I went down there and I'm just like, okay, yep. So here we go. Where are we going now? Like I was being bossy. That's not like me, as you can tell, bro. So I was stone sober. I don't know, but I think there's a lot up here. I think Maine's not regarded as a place to go to for people, and I think it should be. We had a lot to offer. Fort Knox is big. Bucksport is Buck's tomb, right? It's named after him, Colonel Buck. He banged this girl, got her pregnant while he was married. So he called her a witch and hung her, and she said she'd dance on his grave, right? So his grave, Buck, if you saw it or not, I shared it. It's got a big black footprint on his grave. They took his gravestone down 3 times, changed it twice, washed it once. Keeps appearing. People go, well, it's the rain. Okay. No. It's a curse. So I'm open to it. I'm not a skeptic by any means, but I'm not one to go, oh, a raindrop. We hear that, Mom? You know what I mean? I would need a little bit of proof.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Now, with like, it sounds like there's a lot of urban legend locations up there. Do you buy into the urban legend stories, or do you think these places just have energy and the stories just float around? Because that's kind of what it is in Pittsburgh, is the stories float around from location to location. And, there's no real 100% concrete truth, but the places, when you investigate them, definitely do have something to them.
Like I've been to Oceanborn Mary's house. You ever heard of that?
No.
That's in Heineken, New Hampshire. This girl was on a ship pregnant, and these pirates took it over on the border of New Hampshire. And the pirate saw that the girl was pregnant. She goes, if you name your daughter after my mother, Mary, I'll let you live. So she did. So this girl, Mary, lived in Heineken, New Hampshire. Long story short, this pirate came to visit her years later, buried his treasure there, and supposedly they haunt there. And there's a placard. I got a picture. I haven't experienced that myself. I think every story comes from some sort of truth. I mean, obviously people have fantasies, but you got to stem that fantasy from something you saw, right? So you maybe spin the yarn bigger than it should be. I don't know, man. To me, we would have picked something up by now. No one's got a concrete fucking ghost picture yet. Out of the years of things, no one's got a ghost of me hanging out. What's up? Nothing. And then if you did, they'd say, well, that's CGI. Well, that's superimposed. All the nerds would come out and bash you. So yeah, it's a lose-lose.
Especially with the AI stuff these days.
Yeah.
That's why, dude, I went to the Oliver House in Massachusetts in, is it Marlborough, Massachusetts? I think so. Or it's one of the boroughs. There's like 45 boroughs. But I went to the Oliver House, Louis Oliver House, right? Benjamin Franklin was there, found notes of treason in the oval-shaped closet. It started the Revolutionary War. Dude, there's a Native American burial ground out back. Some people have hung themselves. My girlfriend and I smoked a joint out back. She got a tick on her boob. Like it's it's a pretty wild place.
Is it a paranormal tick?
Yeah. So we felt some stuff there, and we went. Yes, Middleborough. Thank you, Thomas Patrick Gormley. You beautiful weirdo. Archangel of the Paranormal. Good man. One of my clients right there. Good man. He'll blow your mind with serial killer facts all day. So I felt some stuff there, but we were off on our own. While everybody else is enjoying pizza and talking about their experience. Woo, they all go for Sunday Warrior crap. Heather and I are in the back just listening. I don't need 45 monitors and tripwires and lights. You know what's funny? 9 out of 10 people that see ghosts or hear ghosts, they're eating supper. They're watching TV. They're having sex. They're sleeping. They're not sitting there going, what's my name? What's my T-shirt say? What's my favorite color? You know what I mean? I don't need that stuff. I don't. I really don't. I used to use a lot of EVPs and stuff, and I kind of still do my phone. But for the most part, dude, I just want to experience it. I don't care about sharing it with the world. I just want my mom to come through again. I just want my best friend that died of a brain aneurysm fucking a year before I turned 40. 3 months before my mom, my best friend, my grandmother, my mom, all within a year. And also right between my best friend and my grandmother, Lorraine Warren passed away in 2019. So I met Judy and Tony that year. We went to go meet Annabelle with the money I got from my mom's death. Heather and I got pictures. I went to the Warren Con as Tony's friend. I didn't pay a dime this year, Mohegan Sun. I got picked up, driven down, and I was his special guest. So people that are big names are cool with me, and all I'm doing is smoking weed and swearing and being myself. And I'm like, this is me, bro. I'm not going to be, okay, you're welcome to Historically Haunted Podcast. I am your host. I don't read a script, bro. I don't. Yeah. And I've talked to Sandy Johnson. She was Mike Myers' first killing in the Halloween 1978. She was also Miss Playboy 74. She was my guest. Come on anytime, sweetie. Thank you, Sandy.
She was the first killing. So was she his sister? Wasn't that the first one?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
The first sister. You got a good. I reach out to these guys, dude. I reach out to these guys like Donnie. He heard my story about me being homeless. He was my guest. He goes, I want to sponsor your podcast. He goes, you ought to be my agent. I've never signed before. So now guess what? The guy in Baileyville, Maine bought the original red Peterbilt 1988 truck, used and bought and made specifically for the movie. And it says right in the dashboard, used in Stephen King's. He bought it, refurbished it. And guess who sponsors him? Guess who? Donnie and him are a package. And guess who wants them at Operacons this year? So this burnout dead guy from Maine, I don't know, man, not bragging, but I'm beating the odds. And there's a reason God kept me here. And there's a reason why that suicide didn't go through. There's a reason why things happen, and I'll never do that again. It's in his hands, man. And shit, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm opening up. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's good. No, it's cool, good. Man. And we're glad you have that perspective as well.
Appreciate you both. I do immensely. Yeah.
Now, as far as investigating goes, I know you do the historical tours, you do the sponsorships. How often do you get to go out and actually, investigate a location or go on a trip to investigate?
That's funny. I've been to the USS Salem twice, which is a 1949 battleship in Quincy, Massachusetts. I've been to that twice, met Dawn and stuff, did the whole midnight tour. And then I got to walk the streets of Quincy, and guess where I went? To where Whitey Bulger killed all those people. I went to the, I don't know if you watched that Black Mass with Johnny Depp, but I went to Triple O's Lounge, dude. It's a restaurant now. I went in, and she's like, hi, we're not open for another half hour. I go, I'm just here for the movie. That's on my YouTube channel, too. I go, I'll be back later. I never went back. I just wanted to go in to say I've been there. So I honestly, dude, I feel like it's been not watered down, but everybody and their brother's a paranormal investigator. So I don't try to do the group things. I did a lot with Eric Knapp and them. I've been to Hillview Manor. I've been to St. Albans Asylum. I've been to those places. So now I try to do ones that haven't been. Yeah. Like this girl that lives in Maine, her and her husband own 4 funeral homes. They don't live at all of them. They live at one. Well, guess what? One's haunted. She got a picture of a little boy. She goes, no one's ever been here. You want to come up this year? I go, yes, please. So I'm going to go up there, maybe find some people local that want to join me and do it. So like I said, I spent all night at Lizzie Borden's house. Hi, Amber. I spent all night at Lizzie Borden's house. I've done that with Heather. We did the dowsing rods, all that stuff. So I've done bigger name ones, which is great. But like I said, when other people go and leave energy and ask 45 questions, it's like, what's left? Yeah. So, when I go to a place in Maine, because Maine, when you think of Maine, what do you think of? Honestly, Mikey, go. Maine, what?
I just think of lighthouses. And, I don't know.
Fair.
The ocean.
Fair. We got 3 or 4 haunted ones. You ever seen the movie The Lighthouse with William Dafoe or whatever there?
Yeah.
That's based off a New England lighthouse. There's one next to my girl in Saco off Biddeford Pool called Wood Island Light. In 1890-something, there's a vagabond living there because there's a house and another small house, and the guy living in the house, he couldn't pay rent. He was drunk. He shot the owner by accident, supposedly. So the other one rode the boat to shore to get the cop, and the cop came back. The dude that killed the guy killed the cop and then killed himself. So now at the lighthouse, dude, it's automatic. But if you type in Wood Island Light, it's a 24-hour camera on Google. You can see it rain, whatever. It's on a little island. And supposedly they haunt it. And supposedly if you catch it at the right time, lights will go on in the house and there's no one there. So that's a bucket list. I got plenty.
Yeah.
But good shout out. What about you, Sean? Maine, go ahead. Besides lobster and Stephen King and blueberries.
Cold.
Cold, yeah.
Hey, it's a balmy 48 today, my friend. I have my shorts on.
Oh, there you go.
It's actually
I'm
like
used
70
to messing
in
with
Pittsburgh
people
right
from
now.
the South. Like now we're the Southerners. It's kind of a different perspective.
You guys are getting cold this year, though. I heard it's cold down south. It was switched up a little bit this winter, I guess. What?
Yeah.
End
So I
of
love
March,
it, man.
it seems like the last couple of years, it's been really cold.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has. Yeah. I don't know. The
And it's
weather's
always when
changing.
we're at an investigation. It's like it won't snow, won't do anything all March, and then we'll go on an investigation. It'll just fucking hit. It's
it never
God damn it.
fails. It's something stopping you, brother. Something
Yeah.
stopping you. But no, I try to go now. I went one day with psychic medium Chris Brown and my girlfriend Heather. We stopped at this Parsonsfield Seminary in Parsonsfield, Maine. It's Maine's first co-ed schoolhouse. They had dorms. It was like a prep school, but like a religious prep school. Well, some people burned it because there was black kids going to it, and like 3 black kids and a white kid died back in the early 1900s. So we witnessed for shits and giggles, and the owner was there, the caretakers. They go, would you like a tour? So, you know what I mean? So as you go in, you just kind of do an investigation too, and then you start to plan things, and then you go back. So I think the good approach of that is good. I've only had the cops call on me twice, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree though. I do like locations that haven't been investigated or at least not, professionally owned and, you pay to go to. I mean, obviously those are fun too. And we hit up a lot of those, but sometimes it's like just fun to go to an antique store and, get in touch with the owner, get that relationship,
Yes.
and then, see what happens.
antique store. Abbott, Maine's, by the way, is Abbott, Maine is like Maine's best small town. It's funny. Amber's telling me about our haunted house. But yes, people say that thrift stores and these antique stores, because these items hold their owners past love, whether it's a full spirit or just a little bit of a spirit. There's something there sometime. Like, I still want to see the cards go flying like in Ghostbusters. I still want to see
See, I do.
Yes.
I just really do.
That's what I mean, though. I think that like you, me, Sean, people like us, and I'm not knocking anybody, but people like us are in it. Obviously, you don't want exposure. Who doesn't like exposure? Who doesn't like being on podcasts? But you do it for answers. You do it because why not? There's so much shit. I love comic books and horror movies and all, but I want to know about what happens when I die. That's the real thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be 44, dying once. Everybody around me is dead for the most part. That's why I love Facebook so much. It's where my life is, besides my girl, who's 3 hours south of me. So it's a good time. I really try to just incorporate so much and shed light on so much to people, because there's so much that needs to be discovered. For every Conjuring house, there's 100 other houses that have just as much lore, if not more. You know what I mean? You dig?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a movie title to it, but let's change
No, I
it,
agree.
you know?
I agree.
See, I'll like Google like stigmatized properties in Pittsburgh and stuff just to like try to find out new places and stuff, You
guys have been to like Hershey and shit up there?
I've been to the park for like the amusement park, but not at an investigation though.
Yeah. We haven't made it out east too often.
I've been to Eastern State Penitentiary, but I was there for their haunted house, and then I also went to their masquerade the one year, which was really cool.
Oh, you see Al Capone's fucking jail cells, 2 of them, because he's so rich he had 2.
Yeah.
Hey, forget about it, Paisan. I'm half Italian, so I can say that. So I got to ask you guys a question. I'm going to flip Zion. This is the host in me.
Yeah.
Either you guys plan to, or have either of you been to New England / Maine?
No, I haven't.
Not Salem?
I mean, I've been to Salem before. My grandma actually, she lived in upstate New York. She was in Saratoga Springs, New York. So like, when we were up her way, like we'd go to Vermont or something sometimes. Or my grandfather, he was actually a priest on my dad's side, and he was at a church at Cape Cod. That's where he's buried at his actual church. So I've been up like that area too. Yeah.
Cape Cod's got some lore to it. That's where they shot Jaws. A lot of Jaws is the Jawbridge. Jim Belushi's buried there, one of the Blues Brother.
Yeah.
Of course, the Kennedys, they lived there. Some of them went missing. So Cape Cod's wild. A lot of shark sightings. USOs, unidentified submerging objects. They have those at Coast of Maine. Dude, I know where there's mermaids spotted in Maine. I've gone to New York where people have seen mermaids.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about like cryptid wise, like what do you have up that way?
I worked for the International Cryptozoology Museum with Lauren Coleman for a couple of months, believe it or not. but it was in Portland. They're moving to Bangor, and I couldn't really make the transition in time. So I'm friends with Gene and them. But I've seen some wild shit growing up in Lisbon. I've seen a big moose. They have the giant moose in Maine. I've seen that. I've heard some things at night that remind me of the Wendigo. I've definitely seen UFOs up here. Maine's pretty wild. You can see the whole sky. There's no skyscrapers, not a lot of pollution. And I believe in that stuff, and I want to see more of it. I haven't got enough to really say that I've seen it. But whenever I go by the ocean, I'm looking for that mermaid fin. I'm looking for that siren to come up, something. Where I live, though, I went to this place called the Katahdin, because Mount Katahdin's where they seen Wendigo and stuff. And they have the iron furnace over here in Brownville, which is like a big train hub in Maine. They got a big iron furnace. It's like it used to burn minerals. I went down that road, dude. I swear to God, I ain't the weed either. There was wild rabbits jumping in front of my car. I wanted to get out and pet them. I'm like, I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland tripping out like there's wild rabbits. Hawks going by. I mean, there's moose. You always go by the gas station. There's a moose hanging upside down because a hunter killed it. So living where I live in Maine, dude, it's quiet. It's chill. But there's a lot of just eeriness. Is that fair? A lot of Native American land still. And they're the ones that conjured up the Wendigo. They're the ones that believe in skinwalkers. So I've been to the Barney Hill abduction site, America's first documented alien abduction in New Hampshire in 1968. I've been to that. I've been to their house in Portsmouth, and I've been to Kingston, New Hampshire, where they're buried. And that's on my YouTube channel. I dig it. I dig it. I want to be captured. I want to be absorbed. I want to be Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters when the girl ghost goes down on him in the firehouse. Heather always that'd be dope, man. I mean, I love that other side. I feel like I'm almost connected to it. I'm not there yet, but the near-death thing, I wish I would have seen more, but all of it was like sleeping without a dream, if that makes sense. I woke up like your old man. It was just like, which is that good or bad? I don't know, but it was like lost time. Like, I remember ordering a pizza from Little Caesars and then waking up in the ambulance. I don't remember getting hit. I don't remember none of it. I go over the pizza, I put it down, and then I wake up and they go, there he is. Are you with us? What's your name? They couldn't find my wallet. It was in the car. They didn't know my name. I couldn't come to. I go, ice cream. I didn't know. I'm fucking loopy. So luckily I'm breathing, and they go, who can we call? And I don't have memories logged. My cell phone's in there. No one remembers numbers like it's the 1980s.
No,
anymore.
exactly. I remember the ones from high school, like my friend's number, landline number.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it goes bing, bing, bing. This number is not completed as dialed. Oh, yeah. It's no longer in service. So I'm there for 3 hours as a John Doe or whatever, bro. Wild to come through
How
that.
long were you in the hospital for?
Wild.
How long were you in the hospital for?
Let's see. I was at the accident scene for I left therapy. Funny enough, I left a lot. My therapist ordered the pizza. Must have been around 11:30. I got done at 11, so it was about 11:30. And then when I woke up in the hospital, it was around 2:35, 2:40. I remember going, it's 3 o'clock. I remember saying that. And then it took me about an hour to process my girlfriend's number, and then another half hour for her to drive down. So I was in there for almost half a day. IVs, black and blues, busted head. Did my GoFundMe, raised a lot of money back. One of my clients, Jim Brown from Stowe, Maine, Tombstone Paranormal, donated a big chunk. I got back on my feet, and I let him. I represent him at no cost, honestly. I didn't even charge him because, no, man. So, yeah, I appreciate that because I feel like I'm a nobody. I feel like I don't know why people even like me sometimes. I kind of beat myself up. But then I appreciate the love and respect that I get from dudes I never met that I consider my brothers now. For sure. They let me talk because being a host, as you know, it's sitting there listening. So I don't get to talk much. I'm not invited as a guest much. So.
Yeah, I know. It's always weird when you're on the other side, for sure.
So much respect and love, man.
So all my friends out after half a day, though?
Follow Bump Eliminate Society.
So it was half a day. They let you out after like half a day in the hospital.
My girlfriend took me out in the wheelchair. I went in the passenger seat, and they didn't want to do surgery or nothing. I guess I didn't have any broken bones. God, I'm willing. The guy that hit me, never found him. I don't know how he got away, but to this day, I didn't get a dime for that. But yeah, they just kind of let me go. They gave me some Vicodin, which I took and I threw up. I go, no. And then I got my weed license. I got my marijuana card in Maine, which is legal even for regular people now. You just have to be 18 to smoke weed now. But medical stuff's stronger and cheaper. So
yeah. No, that's wild because I got part of my intestine removed. I was in there for I was in the hospital for 7 days, I think.
Wow.
So you actually legitimately died. They let you out in half a day. That's insane.
No offense, but I was on main care. I didn't have insurance because I was unemployed, homeless. So I was on main care, which is like
that's how I kind of figured.
It's like go, get them out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to keep those beds going. You know, it's fucking crazy.
So I laid in bed in Heather's bed, dude, and I couldn't even fucking wipe my own ass. I'm just sitting there just miserable. My whole body feels like I've been in a car accident, and I'm just laying there going, still not dead, huh? No. Oh, John, God bless you, brother. I know that, man. You're a good dude, man. You guys got a follower for life with him. Follow Bump in the Night Society, John. They're good guys. They're sexy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. We're in sync, Mikey.
Yeah, we didn't get Sean doing it though. That's when Big Sexy comes out.
Oh, get him some shots. Jaeger on me.
Out there.
Yeah, get them calves on screen.
Dude, Brandon Golding and I loaded up Annabelle at the Warren Con at the Mohegan Sun. Tony Sparrow let us load him up as the priest is blessing us and blessing Annabelle.
Yeah,
we've loaded up on stage for dance chat. I believe in some of that haunted object stuff too. What a fantastic event that was. Got to meet a lot of great people. Kristen Lee from the Bel Air House. Got to meet her. She's my client.
Yeah, we're good friends with Kristen.
Yeah, I represent her. Brooke Preitzel from the Wildwood.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be there on Saturday actually at Wildwood.
I saw the post. That's dope. Tell her I said hi. That's killer. You're gonna like that. A lot of history.
Yeah, we investigated it before. Yeah, got some interesting stuff.
That I like that. See, I it's been a while since I've really done something like that. Maine's hard on the winters. You can't go many places. A lot of places are closed.
Oh, I would imagine so. Yeah.
So I stick to researching. I have notebooks full of what I'm a researcher. What year were they made? Who lived there? What they die of? When they die? How many people die? I'm not going to tell a psychic or a sensitive. My girlfriend's kind of a sensitive. She's a witch. So I don't tell her the facts. I keep it to myself. Let her guess as she goes. Like I feel like some of my stomach hurts. I'm like, oh, so and so died of fucking stomach cancer or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what I like to match up. You dig? I like the facts. Not just I got goosebumps. You record that, guys? I got goosebumps.
Yeah. That's what I always say. There's like the ghost hunters, and then there's paranormal investigators. There's a big difference. It's always you got to take to the next level. Whether it's matching it to the history or trying to figure out what exactly we're interacting with. And that's one thing I always like to ask our guests too is, so are you under the belief or at least impression that we're actually interacting with the energy from the deceased? Or do you think that it's possible that it's something else? Because I always say it could be the energy was always there and it's just personifying itself as people from history.
I love that. Real quick, Missy Lothrop from Paranormal 5. What's going on? She's doing the 40 Fest, which is like basically 40 is like cryptids, creatures. She's doing that in Sanford, Maine. I'm going to be there set up. This is going to be my banner with Heather. She's going to be there selling her goodies. Missy's part of the Paranormal 5 with her husband, Richie. Awesome people from Maine. Check them out. Jean Tewksbury. She's awesome. She is former of the International Cryptozoology Museum. She's a cryptozoologist and a big cat, puma. There's big cats in Maine, tigers and shit, and lions, and she chases them. Follow Jean. Very, very fantastic lady. So to answer your question, I feel like a lot is residual. A lot is just repetition. A lot of things people see maybe just a part in time that replays, that they're not aware of us, as they call it, a non, you know what I mean? Whatever they call it. I believe in that, but I also believe that they can, like my mom, I believe that they can come through when need be to remind you of something, to help you with something. My mom coming through to get me out of the car when I was flipped upside down in the Nonsuch River, which is a salt river leading to the Atlantic Ocean. I had seaweed in my trunk, went to my car, and I had seaweed hanging off my trunk. And fucking,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I believe she came to me. But then I believe maybe it was part of my mind playing a trick on me to help me. So that part, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite the Egon Spengler. I'm trying to get to the spot where I feel like I can believe it. But I'm always left with more questions than answers. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, no, 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Whether it's my sense of smell reminding me of a childhood memory or thinking Sometimes at my trailer, I swear I smell my mom's fucking perfume. She wore that same perfume. I forget the name of it, Charlie or whatever. It was purple. And she always had it. And there's no perfume here. I got no chicks here. My girlfriend would kill me. So there's nothing here. There's nothing here. But I mean, obviously you get pictures or whatever. But so I don't know, is my mind triggering something? Do I actually smell that? Is it a memory coming forward? The rabbit hole. Amen. So that's a big thing for me, that part of it. But I want to see something. And I'm not just talking about toasters moving or, a speck of dust in a camera lens. I want, sorry, you Orbeez.
Yeah, the Orbeez.
But I want, hi, Mom, like the accident. Like, I don't have much time, but it's one that Adam, I love you. I'm proud of you. She didn't see any of this shit. She loved paranormal. She got me into ghost hunters. And I know it sounds like a lot of me to ask, but I feel like if I could talk to a ghost, might as well have it be my mom. I don't want to talk to, which I guess, whatever, talk to Tom Sue down the road here that comes through. That'd be cool too. But to have someone I know and love, that would be dope. That would be cool. So
yeah,
we're trying.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen a full apparition before, or
just my grandfather when I was 9? I swear to God, I thought I was daydreaming. I thought I was dreaming. And he brought me to the fridge, but then I woke up the next day, my glasses next to my bed. I go, okay. And I kept my mouth shut. Like I said, it was 1988. I was about 9 years old. And then 4 or 5 years later, my younger sister was telling me that she was like 3 at the time, but she remembers talking. She was like, I talked to Papa in this roof. I looked up and I said, okay, Papa, I love you. And he said, take care of Mama. And my Aunt Pam was there from California, everything. And she remembers all that. So I know she wasn't making that up because then I told her my story after. You dig? So I get it. Like we weren't, you know what I mean? So that was pretty wild to me. But he also had died the day before. So was it because he was so energetic from being on Earth still, as opposed to being up there or down there, whatever time elapses when you come back, you're more faded? Because people say they see things that are very distant, or the corner of their eye, they see something, which I've seen that too. But then again, is it your mind playing tricks on you? Because your mind always tries to distinguish a shape as something you know. So you can look at something and think, oh, is that a face in the window? Whoa, Facebook it. But at the same time, it's like it's just a mirage or one of those old school things that what do you see? Like a psychiatrist holds. I see two
I can't even pronounce it. I know what you're talking about though.
Roku, right? Or something?
No, it's the Rochambeau.
Ross something or
Rochambeau.
No, Rochambeau is when you kick each other in the nuts.
Oh fuck.
Rorschach, that's it.
I thought it was paper, rock, scissors was Rochambeau, wasn't it?
No, I thought Rochambeau is you kick someone in the nuts and then they get to kick you in the nuts and you just keep going until someone gives up.
You always say Rochambeau, I go first.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Rorschach, that movie Mystery Men. Remember his face?
Yeah,
Rorschach.
Rorschach. Yeah, I was gonna say Rorschach sauce.
Ooh, Worcestershire. I've gotten direct responses to questions, but I've never seen. Some things I've caught voices. Living up here is quiet. I haven't heard a door slam, a truck go by. I'm probably the loudest guy in this fucking part of the woods up, honestly, right now. I think about that on my show. I'm like, am I the loudest guy? Because I'll go out there and have a fire. I have the little girl left a barrel fire, like a bum fire here. So I'll burn my old pizza boxes in it or whatever. And I'm out there alone drinking beer, and I feel like I'm the only person on the planet, which is freaky. That's freaky. And that's when I look to the sky and I see things, and it's like,
paper, rock, scissors.
Paper, rock, scissors. Really?
That's Ken from
involved ball kicking.
Let's all go. 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh,
I'll do scissors.
Out of here. How do we all go scissors?
All right, you ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
We both covered it.
We fucked
Me and you, Mikey.
And you too.
All right, us. Ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
Fuck you, Sean.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. What do we have for him, Johnny? We have a new subscriber.
Yeah. He wins the opportunity to be the first person to get Rochambeau'd.
So I got to ask you guys now, in the middle of April, maybe May, you guys come on my show and I will just do another hour of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Killer. All right. Good.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are a lot of fun. You guys are putting up with my shit, which is cool. Man, it's just you try to do what you can, and I want to be different. I don't want to be the type of guy that, like I said, goes and we're having a pizza party tonight, $100 a person, come down. If I'm going to do something, I want to be different. So I do tours. I do that. I do the booking agency. And next thing you know, man, and even the vodcast, and I'm kind of straying away, not so much from the paranormal, but I'm widening it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because then I get these people on, dude. Like I have Jeffrey Hatrix, the lead singer of Mushroom Head, hopefully coming on in a month, and he's going to talk about his recording studio in Cleveland that was haunted. So it's a musician, that world, but it's hauntings. So it's our world.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
no one's talking to Jeffrey Hatrix in our. Who the fuck's doing that? So. I mean, you can get Sam Bertulis, you can get fucking Tony Sparrow. I've had them all. I've had them all. A couple of Tony, but sometimes you got to do someone who's this. Never heard of him. Wow, that's different. And that's I get that a lot. I'm sorry, my voice. I get that a lot. More beer. I'm not. It's not puberty. I'm.
Yeah.
So I try to do something, and I don't follow it. I do follow people, but I try to go to like I don't give a shit if I get like the lead singer of Acid Witch, a band from Detroit that I love, Dave. Slasher Dave, he's going to come on hopefully in a couple of months. No one may know him. I don't care. It's fun for me. So I do it for fun, but I do it to gain knowledge. And I think you guys realize just doing this as long as you have, everybody's got a story if they want to share, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
And yeah, not all our guests either are involved in the paranormal field.
No.
And we have some wild conversations too. I mean, we had our videographer on, and we talked about AI because he works for a robotics company. And Sean and I, we don't. That's not our territory, but we were at least able to kind of somewhat talk intelligently about it.
Well, you're intelligent folks that know how to speak without 10 pounds of dirt in your mouth. You know how to speak.
But yeah, I saw a question here that came up, and I don't know if Sean shared it, but it says, and I don't know who it's from because it just comes up as Facebook user, but it says, "We see them as shadow. How do you think they see us?"
I think that's Ken.
That's Ken. Okay.
Ken from Bellevue or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something we try to test too, is how they see and how they hear us.
That's rough. Not looking through their eyes, it's hard to say. Like I always wonder how a cat sees us. Everybody says it's black and white. Some people say it's upside down. So I don't fucking know how true that is. But that's interesting. To me, when you always see these shows and movies, you always see ghosts walking around with us going, "Hey there, why can't he hear me?" So it looks like we're like them. I know that's movies and shows, but to me that's somewhat based. But I think that's why ghosts get ornery a lot with places, because they think this is my house. Who the fuck are you in my house?
Yeah.
Why aren't you leaving? Who are you? Why are you watching my TV? I think that's a big thing. But I also believe things can be like, not to get personal, but the girl I bought this off of, she bought this place with her husband. She's from Massachusetts, which is a little south of Maine, probably about 7 hours from here, honestly. And her husband lived here, not to laugh, I'm sorry, but her husband cheated on her. And when she found out, he beat the fuck out of her. So she sold to me cheap to go back to her parents' house. And like the doors have been replaced because he kicked it in. So sometimes when I'm here, dude, I almost feel depressed for no reason because I feel like she left it here. So that could be mistaken as a haunting. And that's why I think it is a big deal to hear things. That sounds psycho, but to hear things or see things, that's the proof I want. I think when it comes down to it, because feelings is energies. You can't kill energy, as you know. You can hope to contain it, but
no, that kind of reminds me, and I've talked about this a million times on the podcast, so I'll make it brief. But the experiment that I'm doing is trying to create my own haunting, and it's just doing the same thing every night at a certain time for an entire year, and then the next year going to that same place and then trying to record it. Yes. But I won't go into too much detail because I talked about it several times on here. But that what you just said there and how you feel that you possibly felt that energy that she felt and it left an imprint, I 100% believe that could be the case. And that's the thing that always got me was, why if you're under the belief that we're interacting with energy from the deceased, but yet it's imprinted energy, why does it have to wait for them to be deceased before it starts coming out?
That's a good one. And to answer your question real quick, XNXX free porn, doggy style, chick on chick, everything. Great porn to jerk off to. Real quick, we're on the subject, but
you represent them too.
It's no subscribe, no email, none of that bullshit. No, it's just free all the time. As far as that goes, that's what I don't understand too. And not just that, but why don't we hear more of like 1600 ghosts? Some people do see old people like macabre, like the Bobby Mackey, which I hear they're tearing down.
Yeah, I heard that too.
You heard that? Yeah. But I hear certain places like Massachusetts, you still see revolutionary soldiers where, the Tea Party was and all that shit. Paul Revere run. I love all that shit. Massachusetts is wild. But it seems weird to me. I wonder if the energy has a choice to move on with the spirit, or if the energy just goes unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's there. We just don't really, it's not a wild energy. Some people are monotone in life. I'm a hyper fuck. I get ADHD at the wazoo, right? But some people, you meet them, they go, hi, yeah. So their energy is not going to be big regardless. They're just hi, yeah. On downers the whole day. So they just kind of, sorry to the slow people. I'm really sorry. I'm just fast. But I feel like the energy matches the energy of the human life. So I think, if that makes sense. So I think it's different, but it's the same. But like I said, man, I'm no expert. I don't claim to be. I'm looking for answers just as much as the next guy. I have philosophies and ideas. And I feel like Mikey does a lot. Sean does too, but I feel like Mikey's a fucking wicked idealist type of guy. And it's always going to keep your options open. And I think, man, everything's almost like a movie title if you look in a certain way, if you want to treat it that way. Yeah. So it's different, but it's hard to
catch. Oh, yeah.
Like these old brothels in New England, they got old. Of course, we're oldest. Salem's got cemeteries from the 1600s. You get the first ever cemetery. Salem Cemetery is the second oldest. I've been many times. You got these places. Marblehead, Massachusetts. It's the third oldest, and that's where they shot Hocus Pocus. The scene where the kid stands on the thing, he stands on the grave and shit. Yeah, I've been there. That's on my YouTube channel. And the historian Ghost Hunter. So I spend my time doing that. I see that's another thing. That's movies, right? Hocus Pocus. Even The Good Son, Macaulay Culkin was a little scene was there.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yes, The Good Son. But Marblehead was part of Salem. Marblehead harbors where they see mermaids and ghost ships. And it's a fucking third oldest cemetery burying ground in the world. There's Revolutionary War soldiers and pilgrim passengers buried there. McFly, hello, McFly. So it's haunted and it's movie stuff. That's called a 2-for-1 deal. And you go, it's a free cemetery, no one's there. So you sit there with your spirit box for an hour. You pretend you're talking to your loved one and you record some EVP. That's how you do it. Spend $300 to go to the Conjuring House. I'm good. Let them invite me and I'll go for free. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure the Conjuring House is probably even more expensive at this point, isn't it?
Oh my God! Everybody and their brothers been. Everybody, we're gonna go. Went to the Conjuring House. I went 4 times, so fuck that. I went to the house in Bangor, Maine, where America's first Republican vice president, Hannibal Hamlin, died playing poker on a couch at the president. He was president of the Tarantine Club, still there. I want to get a room there. He died playing poker there. Down the street is a Bangor library. His couch is on display. It's a big placard. That's my YouTube channel. Yeah. Hamlin died here. He was vice president to Abraham Lincoln. If he didn't die before Abe did, he would have been president, right? Check it out. Down the streets where they filmed Creepshow 2, where the girl runs out of the thing and she gets a banging the guy in the beginning. Franklin's Place condominium.
Yeah.
Al Brady got killed right there. And Hannibal Hamlin's buried right down from Al Brady, right down from where Stephen King paid the Reverend, where there's a gravesite of Georgie and a gravesite of Carrie Wentworth that he named after Carrie. Because he went, oh, bro, come to Maine. I'll treat you guys to a nice little deal. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. But check it out. It's movies, it's history, and it's hauntings because people see ghosts there. It's America's second oldest garden cemetery, 1812. Fashioned after one in Massachusetts. So you have all 3 in one. And you go in, there's no fee. You can walk around. You can spend all day there and no one cares, guys. Yeah. So I love the houses. I want to support buildings so they don't get torn down. I love that idea. But if I could go to a cemetery or a shipyard where there was ghost scene and a submarine was hit by the German U-boat, you know what I mean? That's cool too. And I'll do that because that's not heard of.
Yeah.
So you guys are fun. This is fun. You guys aren't shushing me.
Of course not.
I get shushed sometime.
Now, I saw someone earlier had indicated about, never seeing a ghost or a spirit. I'll have to send you the picture if I can dig it up. That one, Sean, from Trans-Allegheny, outside of the lobotomy recovery room. I at the end of the night, we were just taking pictures, and I got one, and the original photo, which I won't be able to find because it's on an old phone, it was the doorway to the lobotomy recovery room, and there's a mist, and then we brightened it up, and it looks like a goat head, like coming down, and it's in a robe with like almost like kind of like shoulder pad things,
like a satanic leader, cult leader.
Yeah, it looks insane.
I want to see it. Linda said.
I want to see it. Yeah, I'll send it to you if I can.
Sean, real quick, Sean, you've seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's in our documentary on our YouTube page too.
Yeah. It's at the end, so you have to watch the whole damn thing.
I'm a fan now. I'm gonna share you guys' shit on I'm gonna talk about my podcast. I got Irene on. She's a psychic medium tomorrow night with Nate Elwell. He's my special guest co-host. And
we had Nate on.
I have a lot of respect for both of you.
Like a month ago.
We had Nate on.
Yeah, Nate was on like a month or two ago.
He's one of my clients. He was one of my first. I got him the speaking position at Salem Paracon we went to, and I got him on the flyer and everything. He signed it for me. Dave Childress was there. Fucking Sam Bertu was talking. Yeah. It's fun, man. I'm not kissing ass. I'm just doing it. Like I said, man, life's short, man. I'm down with Oliver Anthony. I'm down with all this like life, like government screwing us, like live on your own. I could die next week. So I'm not kissing butt. I'm living. I did it my way, like Frank Sinatra. And they say, Tony Spears, like, are you coming to Paracon? You can be my guest. No charge. Come for both nights. Come for the big event. You can load up Annabelle. We'll get you backstage. I go, what? And they're like, why? Why me? So I'm like, you guys want to come on? I go, shit. Why do it's a dream for me. I'm very humble. I'm excited. I like to share it. I'm not braggy. I'm just excited for life. I feel like I'm on borrowed time, and to meet Mikey B, Sean Bowman, dude. And I see Jen, your old lady, right? Your wife. She's always rolling with my client, Brooke. Brooke's my client. Well, she was. I'm sorry. She's kind of doing her own thing now. But Bree Hollingshead's my client from Remotely Paranormal. She's my client. She's friends with her. I see her doing all her shit. Remotely Paranormal.
Yeah, that was Nick that commented earlier, actually.
Nick Carboni. Yeah. It's fun. And see all these people like, can you represent me? I go, fuck, for a small fee, I can. It's $10 a month for a year. That's all I ask. And I will share your stuff. I'll promote you. You sponsor my show for 2 weeks. It's a $10 offer. I charge $10 minimum for the sponsors of the week. And but Donnie paid a big chunk to be sponsored. He gave me a hat. And I'm like, dude, I represent Pennywise and Donnie Green from Pet. Like, I could die tomorrow, dude, and you can put on my headstone, died with a boner, because I pretty much did. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, like, dude, like, I could just be a nobody, which I'm still a nobody. I still work a little rinky-dink job. I have a car that's not even stickered. I can't pass for a fucking sticker. My furnace is getting empty. But you know what? I wake up and Donnie Green calls me and shit. So, damn it, bro. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Still
you
living well.
Yeah. Could be worse. I could be paralyzed. God forbid.
Yeah.
So Trans-Allegheny, I went to Pennsylvania Trans-Allegheny Mountains. Is that
Trans-Allegheny, West Virginia.
It's in Western West Virginia.
Oh, okay. I went through there on the road trip to the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery, Evans City. It's called Night of the Living Dead. The big placard in the middle. They shot the crazies there too.
Yeah.
I went to Monroeville. I went to the mall.
Phil been there a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
Monroeville Mall.
Very close to the Monroeville Mall.
Day of the Dead was there. They got a placard inside and shit. I went there.
Hell, the Monroeville Mall.
They have a Living Dead museum.
There was a lot of shootings there over the years. So
no way.
Even recently, like the last couple of years.
Yeah, shit. I mean, like I said, I work pretty close to there. There was times like next door we were seeing people like these 3 guys getting busted by the cops.
Oh shit!
It's
a movie site and a crime scene.
Yeah. We weren't allowed to leave our building for a while.
Well, I'm gonna ask you guys a quick question. What's both you guys' favorite place to fucking explore or like investigate? I gotta ask.
You can go first, Sean.
I mean, you talking about like one location in general, or you just mean like, do I like prisons or hospitals, or what do you mean?
Okay, well, both. If someone said tomorrow, all expenses paid, right now, a place you've been, go. And then what's like as far as like natural? But give me a location as far as like a house or penitentiary or something.
I'd probably go back to Trans-Allegheny just because it's so expensive and I don't
Bucket
want to pay
list.
out of pocket.
Yeah.
It's like $2,000 to rent Trans-Allegheny.
Yeah.
So
It's so cool though. But yeah, it is so
You've
expensive.
been
and
to
I like
Mike?
the big locations.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the big. I like Eastern State Penn. I do like the big ones. They got a lot of lore. What about like Sean? Like are you into graveyards and shit though? You like into like you don't really have oceans out there, but you got ponds, lakes. No,
Yeah,
What's that,
we have lakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have
We
lakes,
have the
no
Three
ocean.
Rivers because Pittsburgh's Three Rivers, so right down there.
oh fucking.
But there's
Split
some
City.
like lore about stuff like that. There's supposed to be a plane that crashed in the river and all that they never
Yeah.
found and stuff like that. There's a fourth river that goes underneath, which I actually used to work for Gateway Clipper, which is the boat company that runs down there. So I know there is for a fact a fourth river that runs through the Point State Park fountain or whatever. So
Oh. Wow, Pittsburgh's
Yeah.
got some lore.
I'd say for me, I would say, I mean, if it's like we're talking just big locations or well-known locations, I'm gonna say the Bel Air House for sure. Sean always picks on me because I always love the Bel Air House, but yeah, that place is just there's something there. We've had so many crazy trips there with so many different pieces of evidence that are just odd, like. We did a documentary there and we had stuff that we had no equipment on and these voices just showed up on my camera and we didn't hear them live. And then there was one point where it was the end of the night and we're just like, hey, we're going to wrap up. If you want to communicate anything or, do something, show us exactly how powerful you are. And we'll just wrap up for the end of the night, and we got to moan through the spirit box live.
Oh,
but then when I was reviewing the evidence, when that moan happened, it coincided with just a brief static that went across the bottom of my camera, which was really really wild because it didn't happen the entire time when I was reviewing evidence. It was just that one moment that moan happens, and then the static goes across.
what floor is that on?
That was in the second floor in the altar room.
She tells me the altar room is one of the most active rooms.
It's all active.
That's
dude.
where me and
That-
Jen usually sleep at.
Kristen Lee's amazing. You must have met Kristen when you went.
Oh yeah, we know.
We're like personal friends with Kristen. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's coming to our convention. She's one of our speakers at our convention in April.
Shout out to psychic medium Kristen Lee, the Bel Air House. A lot of people give love to the Bell House Mansion, and all these places, the Ohio State Reformatory, all that stuff. That's all great too. But, this is the Bel Air House is accepting, I think, renovations right now, or reservations right now for spring. I have a lot of bucket lists. Like I said, my girlfriend surprised me with the night at Lizzie Borden's back in the day. I think 2020.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
And Leanne, before she passed away, she goes, the other 4 guests canceled, so don't die. So what went to be literally like a $1,200 house rental was just $200 when we rented a room and the other guests canceled, bro. So I pulled an all-nighter. Oh my God, I'm in the basement getting EVPs. I've sent you a picture of the shop vac, got a big glow in the shop vac. Oh, the basement. So I love the big, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diss Conjuring House. I love the big stuff. I do. I just, I want the other shit to go, hey, what about me? I just want to be the one, right?
Yeah,
We all want to bring the next thing, right? So, we'll see. I really, not to be like whatever, but I told Tony, I had Tony Sparrow on as my show a couple weeks ago. And I thought, you can make a movie out of the B-52 bomber crash site. 8 guys, dude, 8 Massachusetts people died. 8 pilots died here. And 2 were here. And 1 got frostbite and waited 12. And the plane, dude, everywhere. And no one knows about it. I tell people, they'll go, really? B-52? I go, yeah, big old airplane. It was a flight training thing in February during the day at 2 p.m., 2:30 Eastern. So it's right by my house. I said, let's go. And there's no police presence. I went, dude, I'm walking around my videos. No one's there. I'm like, hey, what's up? I start crying. I'm an emotional dude anyway, but there's something there. 8 people don't die in panic and fear, young in their 30s there, and there's nothing there. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
So that's why Bump in the Night needs to come up with their equipment. Special guest, Adam Historian, and we'll go investigate this place and be the first. So this summer invitation, you guys come up. I'd love to take you out and man, show you some shit. And yeah, man.
Do some weird shit for sure.
I like your outlook on things, Mikey. And Sean hasn't shut up this whole time.
Sean's the
well, that's like another thing. Yeah. Another thing, I've been to Pennhurst before, but I've never actually. I was just there for the haunted house because I'd like to go actually, investigate Pennhurst too.
You've been to Hillview, and you guys both said in Castle Rock or
actually
Newcastle.
Hillview.
Yeah.
I was actually. We had our bachelor party at Hillview. Me and Jen.
Oh, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I see a lot of her stuff, like I said, with Bree, which is cool. Bree's a good shit.
Yeah, Bree's awesome.
Okay, I want to ask you guys one more question before we go. I mean, we got a little bit more. You guys don't mind, right? I love talking.
No, go for it.
I'm just gonna pass out after. So, what's your favorite Stephen King book / movie?
Do they have to be the same?
The Dark Tower.
No,
the Dark Tower series was always book wise.
I
didn't like the movie.
But I haven't read them. Not yet.
Books are really good. The movie was kind of That's the same with Dreamcatcher. I like the book, but I didn't like the movie of Dreamcatcher either.
Oh,
Dreamcatcher movie was all right, but the book was definitely better.
Yeah.
Those worms come out of the snow and eat the guy's pecker when he's pissing.
Yeah.
King's in that driving a truck at the end of it, isn't he? I think. Someone likes the Dark Tower series. Brandon does. That's dope.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a movie. That's wild. I got to start that. So that's your That's your book then, Sean? Is Dark Tower?
I'd say the Dark Tower series. Yeah.
Series. Randall Flagg. In Venzy, Maine, literally right here's Union Cemetery. That's where all the bodies buried, where Stephen King was a reverend. Right there is Venzy, right on the cusp of it. And right there's R.L. Flagg, Flagg store. Stephen King went there, bought some shit. The guy was a prick. He wrote about him. Randall L. Flagg. I got a selfie in front of it, dude. It's a real legit person. And I got a selfie at his store. You come to Maine, we'll go there and take a piss on the sidewalk. Mikey, what say you?
I gotta say book, probably it. I actually like the book way better than either of the movies. Not saying that the movies weren't good. I just thought the book was way better.
It's so big, dude. I got it. It's like this big.
I know. I used to read so much when I was younger, and I don't as much anymore. But Stephen King was my favorite growing up. I read so much of his shit. Favorite movie would be, I like Quicksilver. Silver Bullet.
Werewolf, yeah.
Yeah, Silver Bullet was good. And I don't remember the name of it, but the one where these two brothers were getting bullied, and there's a train tunnel that they're in. And
Stand By Me?
What's that? No, it's not Stand By Me.
Sometimes they come back.
Yes, that's it. I couldn't think of the name of it. That movie is amazing. Stand By Me is awesome too.
That's Tubi for free, and I bought it.
Green Mile's a good one too.
There's just 3 of them. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they come back again. Sometimes they come back even again, or something. There's like 3.
Yeah. I saw the first 2. I never knew they made a third one.
Third one's kind of
Cemetery is a good movie too.
Yeah. The first one was amazing though. That's one of my favorites.
The guy's the teacher, and all the fucking rock and rollers come back in a class with their black jackets, and hey, all black.
Yeah.
Like zombies. Who's up, teach? I'm like, oh my god, it's the kid.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Like I said, going to his high school, I live 47 minutes to Bangor. So I used to go to his house and read Pet Cemetery outside of his gates. When Danny came up with his wife, he threw his book over the gate. He does own it. He doesn't live there. He does live in another part of Maine and Florida. But
have you ever met him?
I waved to Tabitha one day, his wife.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I saw Nomar Slevik. He's a UFO hunter and a cryptozoology hunter in Maine. He'd love to be on your show, I bet. He's not my client, but he's a good friend. And Nomar, check him out. Just had a book come out. Good people. So I really, not milk it, but that's my stitch now. People know me as the King guy. I get shit. Dude, some girl, Rosalie, sent me every single version since 1985 of Castle Rock newsletter.
Oh, geez.
These go for $17 a piece on look them up. Look up Stephen King newsletter, Castle Rock, the Stephen King newsletter. Right?
Yeah.
They go for $17 a piece. I get every issue for 3 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
She sent it to me for no. People just send me. I go, wow, that's dope, because I treasure it. I have a collection in my bedroom, a big thing. And I go, well, he's always been good to his wife and kids. He's never in the news. He's got some different political things, whatever. But I've been to his house in Durham where he grew up, all that shit. Runaround Pond where you get a leech on him. That's the inspiration for Stand By Me when they get the leeches.
Yeah.
So I get it all, but it's very, at the same time, there's a little bit of paranormal to it. You can incorporate it with all of it because it's creepy. It's all creepy. The standpipe, the white standpipe seen in it, that's right by his house. That's where he used to read by the bench. That's in the book, It, with the white standpipe when the clown opens the door. And it's also in real life. But at the same time, it's on a guy named Thomas's land that lived there. And some dude that died that lived in the 1800s. And people say they see him walking around. So it's a movie. It's paranormal. It's history. Fuck video games. I'm good. Real life's a video game. Pokemon Go. Bro, I'm like history go. I stop at cemeteries and just wait. I stopped at that one in the middle of Maine where some dude was in the bomb squad, said died during battle in the bomb squad, blah, blah, blah. I go, what? I took a picture of it. No one around here knows.
Yeah.
Corinna, Maine, you ever heard of that? I don't think so, Tim. I didn't hear of it, and I live in Maine. So now I know there's a guy that died from the bomb squad there. Shit, he's remembered. God bless, right?
Yeah, keeping history alive.
And I get it.
They should make like a
Bathsheba's grave. And they all want to see, but I've been there. I've been to LL Bean's grave. I've been to, the guy from Slipknot's grave. I've been to H.P. Lovecraft's grave, Providence, Rhode Island. I got a picture with that. I got a picture with Lizzie Borden's grave. So I got the big wigs, but I got the ones that are like, I'm important. I got them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They should make like a Ghostbusters app or something where you go to these haunted locations and you can catch ghosts at them or something.
I thought about that. The Pokemon Go Ghost Go, and you go to places like in Poland, Maine on Route 26. There's the Hitchhiking Bride, which I haven't seen, but my mom's claimed to have seen her in the 70s. My mom used to smoke a lot of weed and take acid, so who knows? But on there is the Poland Spring Inn, Poland Spring Water. The guy Hiram Ricker that invented that had that from a spring in Maine, he's buried on the property, and they say he walks around, and it's free. There's an inn there. You know what's funny? When Muhammad Ali fought in Lewiston and beat Sonny Liston stayed there. In his room you can rent. It's an inn. That's a bucket list. Yeah. Guess who knows about that? Me.
Yeah.
No one fucking else, bro. And I'm not bragging, but let's go. Anybody watching, you want to message me after. And I don't expect a dime, but I'll lead you in the direction because I want these places to survive. Because there's a lot of places out there that need to be remembered. I'm getting buzzed. Sorry.
No worries.
It's just fun because people remember like series of shows. I watch YouTube documentaries. I watch things on things. I'm a nerd. I watch wrestling and porno, and that's really it. I don't really watch. I just don't. Stephen
now
King
the question
movies?
is, do you watch wrestling porno?
Now that would be good.
That would be interesting.
My girlfriend's a big fan of Tiffany Stratton, so that's cool. I've met Ronda Rousey. I got a picture with Ronda. I got a picture with Alexa Bliss. I met the Boogeyman. He had worms in his mouth. I've stood in line for many. I met Rob Zombie on Halloween in Lewiston, Maine. He signed my poster. Got a picture with him. So I'm outgoing, as you can tell, and I'll wait. I will wait. I want to meet Stephen King, but I met. Oh yeah, look, this is me and Rhonda. I got a frame because I'm a geek.
Oh, nice.
That was in Augusta. Yeah, I waited for. Yeah, that was cool. Braun Strowman and stuff. So I've met movie people, and I just. After dying, man, not to get back into it and beat that dead horse, no pun intended, but after dying, man, there is no God. Hey, well, that's true, Bob. Depends on each your own. I just feel like, man, like while I'm here, I'm gonna be 45 in like 6 months. So let's go. Until I can't walk no more, until I gotta sit on the couch all day and just eat spam. You know, I'm gonna go and I want to see where that witch is buried. In York, there's a girl, Mary Nason, buried. There's a concrete slab above her, 3 inches, and there's Bacardi and coins and fucking dildos and t-shirts, you name it, all over her gravesite. And there's black crows always watching, familiars, and it's in York for free at the York Burying Ground. So I go to these places, I give them respect, I make YouTube videos, I have fun, and I shoot the shit with fucking cool guys like you for an hour.
Hell yeah.
Or 2. So it's cool. And to each their own. Like I tell people, maybe you can't explore, but live through me. Check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook. Check out, I'm kind of quiet right now because Maine's rough in my car and everything. But once spring and summer comes, and I'm going to be out there, I got more places to see. There's a lot of stuff. Oh man.
So is Maine like like almost like Alaska where you have to prep for winter and really board down and like get all your shit to survive winter?
100 gallons
Just in
of
case.
100 gallons of heating oil that lasts you about a month if you spare it, if you keep it at 60 or so, is about $360 for 100 gallons for 1 month. So times that times 3 or 4 months, right? Not to mention Christmas and blah, 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 blah. So income tax comes in luckily, but now my sticker. Oh yeah, so it's rough. It's not for the faint of heart. I think it's fun to visit. If you don't like cold, definitely don't come here. It's definitely summer's hot as shit too, which is weird. But then it's quick from like July till about September. It's like, oh, then all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot, it's cold. So it's sweatshirt season from October till November. Then it's jacket season till about April.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're lucky being at 40. It's like everybody's like, oh my god, it's 50 today. I go, woo, wow, let's do cartwheels. 50, wow. I brought some sunscreen. So that's Maine life, and that's all I've known. Traveling to Iowa and stuff is different. But I don't think I could ever see myself leaving Maine. I've kind of got that grit. And there's so much to see and do here between Bigfoot sightings, alien sightings, mermaid, ghost, witch lore, graveyards from the 1600s. I could literally retire from Maine and just keep talking about it, writing books, maybe doing stuff. And I think that would be good enough. Then maybe cover New England. New Hampshire's got some good shit, but you know. And naming Chris Sanders, my old friend, we kind of whatever a little spatting a little bit. Besides me and him, who else covers Maine, right? No one really. Who? So why not a big state that needs to be known? So let's do.
I thought he was stepping back anyway, according to what I saw. He said he's
like a wrestler or something now. We talked a little bit. He cut me out of some projects. I'm not gonna lie. I told my clients to go. I don't work with the fucking Sleepy Hollow Con, so I went on 3 months for the open and saw, dude, I bought the original Sleepy Hollow, $380 Sleepy Hollow book by Washington Irving. I got it on my fireproof safe in my bedroom. I dropped like $400 that fucking book, dude. 1821, and it's the writings of Sleepy Hollow in it, and that's no kidding. I was fascinated with it. I went there with my girl, slept in Terrytown, and did a weekend of it. And, oh my god, the lore. So I forget what got me onto that. So I don't really work with him. I'm not ashamed to say some people I don't work with. If people are rude to me and stuff, I don't have that reason, man. I'm building my own brand. I don't need to kiss anybody's ass. Yeah. Oh, Marlon Taylor just commented on my photo. You know who Marlon Taylor is? I had him as a guest. He's the black dude from It. He's the Losers Club kid that read the book.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He was my guest. He's from Seattle. He wants to be a part of my booking agency. He just commented. He's got a thing popping up. Marlon and I have talked. I get his phone number. He's good people. I love King, and I feel like what I'm doing, no one else does. People think of King. Who do they think of? And so it's coming to me. So I figured not that I'm milking it or need that, but if it gets me, I don't know, man. Like I call a radio station. They know me now. Stephen King Radio in Bangor. They go, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter. He owns it. Stephen King Radio, 100.3 WKIT. I get stickers in the room. So I do that now, having Donnie as my client and Stacey Johnson and Marlon Taylor coming in.
Yeah.
So if I want to get a Paracon, like a convention with Harmony, Maine, is where the mill is. It's America's oldest sheep woolen mill, 1820. That's where they shot Graveyard Shift. You remember the movie with the big rats and the bat killed the motherfuckers?
Yeah.
There's actually a cemetery out back, and people have actually died there, and it's open still. And I got a coffee mug. So if I can get a convention there with horror movie and Paracon people, I know a lot of people. Sam Bertala, I do know these people. Danny, Dustin Perry from the Ghost Hunters. I talked to him. I got him on the show when I had that girl on, Lily, who's dying there of a certain disease and certain things. So doing it for yourself, doing it for a good cause, doing it to educate. And as long as you're respectful, you guys are respectful, right? You don't go into places going,
no.
I get that. So
yeah, you just have to, if you do the convention in Maine, just make sure you do it when it's kind of warm and not during the winter.
Because you know you're coming. You know you're getting the invite. You guys are coming up, taking the tour and going.
As long as it's not like in December or something.
You really don't like the cold, Mikey, do you?
I mean, I live in Pittsburgh. It's cold enough here.
2 weeks
we
in
get snow one day and then 70 the next day.
It was -8. I had to go up and warm my car up for a half hour before work. It was -8. I go, you
Yeah,
fucking kidding me?
I mean, we get that. It's just it's not on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
That time we went to Greenville or whatever, it was like negative something out.
Yeah. Oh, that was so miserable.
Luckily, they
Oh.
had heat, but even with the heat on inside, it was still probably like 50s in there.
Y'all
Yeah.
go to Greenville too then? Greenville, that's cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the manor did close though. It was one of my favorite, our favorite locations. We investigated there a lot, and unfortunately, yeah, it did close down this past year.
Mikey, favorite piece of equipment.
Uh
I love my EVPs. I really do. But
Yeah, I mean, I got to go with the S box. It's got to be the one from Ghost Stop. I don't really like the SB7s or SB11s.
okay, yeah.
I like it in AM sweep. I've been using that a lot more. Just because the FM sweep, you do get a lot of radio bleed, which you also get the most responses. But I feel like if you use an AM sweep, it's more of a legitimate response because there's nothing on AM.
I haven't tried that one yet, and I heard there's good response to that. I've heard that, and it works pretty good. It doesn't fail a lot like certain things.
Yeah. And the only issue I have is, like I said, on FM, sometimes you do get radio bleed. Like at one point, I could hear like the Penguins game going on during an investigation.
Oh, no shit.
So that's the only bad part. But that's all spirit boxes. But I think it's the best because you don't like with the SB7, you have to have the speaker and the spirit box in order to be able to hear it. Where the S box is just one. It's really tiny. You can fit it in your pocket, pull it out. It's loud enough. But yeah, that's probably my favorite. I've got the most responses from that.
Well, riddle me this. What if that Penguins game is Yamar Yager passing it to Mario Lemieux?
That's what I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
What if Yamar Yager is passing it to Mario Lemieux?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's a
some ghost
game
waves
from, like,
going
4
on.
years ago.
Well, the way the Penguins are playing this year, I wish it was Mario and
Yeah,
Yager.
Bruins fan, so fuck off. I mean,
I won't hold it against you. I went to a couple years back. I went to the playoff game when you guys swept us in 4, and it was very depressing.
Is that we had the tall guy there,
Chara? Yeah.
Chara?
Yeah, you guys still had Chara.
6'7" on skates, about 7'3".
Yeah, exactly. Freaking beast.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite, Sean? What's your favorite?
Yeah,
You going with the
I don't
ghost
know. It
tag?
changes. It changes every time somebody asks me. I mean, I like the Flux. I use the Flux a lot. But I also I got a new Zoom recorder, and I've been messing with that a lot, and that's a pretty cool piece of equipment.
What is it?
The Zoom recorder, like a Zoom H4n1, I think is what it is. It's kind of like, have you ever did like the Lucid experiment where you put the headphones on? You can
I've heard of it. I haven't done
you
it.
put the
yet.
headphones on, you can hear stuff like all the different whispers and stuff. But with a Zoom recorder, you can record live and you hear everything just the same exact way, pretty much.
Really?
You can record it too, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's fairly new then.
Oh, someone said to try and remove the antenna. I don't know if you can.
That's Ken.
I don't know if you can.
No.
It doesn't look like you can with the.
What's his last
I guess
name?
you can unscrew it.
What's up,
Yeah.
Ken?
I might have to try that, Ken.
Yeah, Ken will be with us on Saturday too at Wildwood, him and Sue.
Yeah, I actually just got a Panasonic, one of those old school tape recorders. I can't wait to try that out. See what we get.
Ooh. Like Ed
Jen got
Woolworth
the old
turn
Fisher
on.
Price tape
Yeah,
recorder. too.
exactly.
You know what's funny? They got just as good evidence back then, and they had less to work with. I think sometimes almost too much is too much. Does that make
I
sense?
agree.
I went to a
agree.
convention once, and the guy's like, "I have the most toys. Guess I win." I go, "But what are you gonna do? Use 85 things at once? You fucking tool." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what do you really need? You know. So I do want to capture it, but I want to live it. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like, I want.
I mean, it's good for live videos and stuff to have the equipment because then people on the live can like interact and react with you too.
right, and I dig that. It's all about the fun of it. But if I wake up tomorrow on my couch or tonight, I'm probably gonna get another beer after this and pass out on my couch. So if I wake up and there's some fucking ghost walking around my kitchen, it's like, holy shit. I obviously want to record it, but for right now, I want to live in the moment. Like,
oh yeah,
look, if anybody believes me, I believe me. Like the little top, I didn't take acid, and there's no mushrooms here, so let's do it. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't want it. I'm not begging for it, but it would be cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of the times too, you capture the most when the cameras are not on.
What's the scariest thing you ever had happen to you?
Oh boy. So I went to this place with Heather, my girl, the love of my life. Heather, Witch and Life Guide makes these bracelets for purchase. You guys check out Witch and Life Guide. Really good shit, made out of nice stones and stuff. Really, really great woman. Does a lot of good stuff. So we went to this place in Wells called R.L. Jurgensen's or something like that. It's like a thrift store. So we go into this place, and this outside there's like a tree growing on the house, and it's shaped. I'll send you pictures. Weirdest shape you've ever seen. It's growing, bump, get the legs up. So we go in. There's an old lady there, and she's probably like the librarian in Ghostbusters old, right? I compare it to. So we go in. She goes, "Hi there, walk around." And I look and I see price tags: $500, $600, $1,200, $800, $300. I go, "What?" I go, Heather, "Don't pump in anything. You drop something, it's the whole week's paycheck." Holy shit. So we go out back, and I look, and she's out back talking. And it starts going in, and you're in this old house. Got to be early 1700s clapboard house. I'll send you pictures. Old well outside. So I go, is this really old house? She goes, yeah. She goes, the dam's gone now that goes to go by, but it's been here, I believe, 1700s. And I'm thinking to myself, got to be early. So I walk to the other room, and you see all this glamorous Zsa Zsa Gabor type shit. And then these two dogs come out, like the gremlins from Ghostbusters. I keep referring to that because it's my life. But these things come out, and they almost not hurdle, but what's the word? What you do with cattle? Like, they almost like push me and Heather out of the building.
Okay, like herding. Yeah, herding. I know what you meant. Yeah.
And they don't say a word. They don't bark, but they come out, and there's like big, I don't know what they were. I use them crow. Heather, if you're watching, what do you think they were? They got to be not huskies, but like big things, like maybe part husky, part wolf, but huge. And they walk us out, and then I look, and the girl's there talking, and there's like no one there, and the dogs escort us out. And I shut the door, and I'm like, I am never coming back here again. Wow. And then I look, and it's completely dark in there, and it's like she left and just shut the light off. And I didn't try opening the door, but what? So things like that, where it's like, okay, was that actually a chick? Was that unlocked? I walked in, and she wasn't really there, but she was. You dig? Like, was that hellhounds? Thank you, my lady. Yeah. Yes, you remember them creatures? I felt like the guy, help me, against the glass there when he gets caught in Ghostbusters. And he falls down. That was wild. A couple of times we went to Union Cemetery. Ed Warren wrote about that in his book Cemetery. That's where they saw the white lady in Eastern New York, or Connecticut, rather. We went there and stuff, and Heather's got a picture of that. And right in back of that's a church, and there's a little sink pit where some dude killed some dude and put him in the sink pit, and he rose to the top, and they found him and acquitted him of murder. And that cemetery is fucked up. So there's a lot of weird shit, man. I'm down for it. I've been to the UFO sighting in Exeter, New Hampshire. There's a UFO festival every year. Literally, that's what it's called. And I've been to where two people saw a UFO, and they get a hold of the cops. It was like 10 at night. And the cops came back, and the cops saw the UFO. They shot at it, and it took off.
They shot at it.
Oh, yeah. Luciano case. I'll send you links to that. So now they got a festival. People walk around with alien heads. So they do that now. So I think it's open. Paranormal. I think aliens, cryptozoology, history, all kind of the paranormal, even horror movies, even heavy metal music kind of is under the extent, I think, of paranormal-ish. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the umbrella. So it's fun to incorporate it all. Ghost is great. But if I can throw a monster in there, an alien, maybe a horror movie filming site, like this is where Jaws was filmed, Martha's Vineyard. People go, oh my God, wow. So bring them there. Let's do it. $500. We got it. But I can bring you to Salem. I can bring you to Danvers, Massachusetts, where Tituba, the Black Witch, they got the girls hallucinating. They're witches. That's actually a site for free in Danvers, Massachusetts, by the Rebecca Nurse homestead. She was 86 when she was hung. The oldest person hung as a witch. She's buried out back in the cemetery. So it's history, it's lore, and guess what? It's paranormal, right? You think cemetery from 1600, Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
if you incorporate it all, you get people's fancy. You kind of get people in on that, and it's like, well, that's different. That's different. That's kind of like, so it's fun. And I don't do it for just the money and just like and obviously it's great, but I think it's the exposure. I think it's like, oh, there's something besides, people all think of New England. What do you think of? Conjuring House, Lizzie Borden's house, and what? That's it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Tom Brady.
hundreds more. You guys didn't even know Ocean Board Mary's house. There's hundreds more. So, shit. Sorry for talking so long.
No, that's why we do it.
Cheers.
I actually have a funny story about Martha's Vineyard. Over my daughter's mom, we went there for a wedding. This was 10 years ago, probably longer than that. And the wedding was at Martha's Vineyard, and like we ate our food and everything. And me and her brother went next door and had a tetherball out there. So we're out there hitting the tetherball and everything. I go and I like ninja kick it. I split my pants all the way down the middle. So I'm on an island with no change of clothes at a wedding. So I had to take I luckily had like a white beater on underneath. I took my shirt off, wrapped my dress shirt around my crotch or whatever. And then we had to go back. Like we were staying in New York City. So we had to go back to New York City to her sister's house. So I just had a big hole in my crotch the whole time.
Oh, the whole time? No one can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
So like, how you guys don't mind going a little bit late, right? How long do you guys usually go? 2 hours? Is that cool?
Yeah, we go
usually like hour and a half, 2, somewhere.
All right, we go. And I don't feel free to me. I'm good till at least 10 o'clock. I'm going to go that late, but I have to work tomorrow. But at the same time, it's like I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got a 3-day weekend, so it's just fun because I'm out here for a week or two without my girl. I'm trying to build our future. I'm trying to get land up here because it's cheap. And I'm trying to, she's got a daughter in high school for 2 more years. So I'm 3 hours north of her for the most part, well, 2.5 hours north of her, whatever. So when I'm up here, dude, I don't really talk to people. No one around here knows what I do because I don't want people to. I'm honestly not a people person, really not, besides podcast. So I try to keep it quiet and I do my own thing. So it's fun to talk to humans.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're out there in the middle of nowhere. So I get that. It gets
it's fun.
Crazy. Yeah.
But if I can get y'all out here and people like you out here and experience the difference, bring you guys this summer, bring you camping or something to some of these places. Or you ever seen Storm of the Century, Born in Sin, come on in? With the guy Born in Sin?
It's been a while, but yeah.
I vaguely remember that movie.
Remember that guy in black and he kills the old lady? Remember? And he eats her cookies and he's watching TV and they go, the Bangor News, and he walks in. That house is in Maine. And that building that the guy from Wings, remember the show from Wings? You had the airplane where he had that house where they all stayed into the voting. That's actually a bed and breakfast, and you can spend the night there. And I love it.
Yeah, I was thinking more like Shining, like you're like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The Shining Hotel in Utah, or whatever the real hotel is called, the what is it called?
Stanley.
Yeah,
the Stanley
Hotel.
The people that made that were the inventors of the Stanley steamer, and guess where they're from?
Yeah,
Maine.
Okay.
Down the street is Bradford, Maine. It's the birthplace of chewing gum. The first ever chewing gum, Spruce chewing gum, in the early 1905. So it's history, it's lore, and god damn it, dude, there's so much out there. It's a geeky thing, but folks like us dig it. Sean, right?
Oh,
Mikey?
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I love comedy. I love Wolverine and the Marvel X-Men, all that shit. I love wrestling. But when it comes to this other shit where we came from, the land we're on, dude. Yeah.
I got to see if I can find that picture.
Which one?
The one I told you about from Trans-Allegheny.
Oh, that's a bucket list place of mine for years.
Yeah, I got my external hard drive. It's probably saved on here somewhere. But yeah, keep talking. I'll find it.
Well, see, you guys really like. Yeah, seriously though, you guys, you're not just bullshitting me. You really like King. You guys really like that stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I used to have a book collection of it when I was younger.
Yeah, I used to read him, and I used to read a lot of Dean Koontz too.
Oh, I was like, Koontz is great. That chick that just died, Anne Rice, is good. Lestat, she did. Yeah,
we've seen Anne Rice's doll
Anne
collection or whatever, because what the hell, Grand Midway Hotel.
Grand Midway Hotel, yeah.
The guy that owns it, he owns like the biggest collection of Anne Rice dolls, and we've seen her collection before.
Okay, I found it like right away.
No, you guys are like wicked, like smart. That's awesome. I love it. Some people I talk to are just like, "But that's cool. You guys know your shit."
Sean,
No
how do
offense to people I
am
talk
I able
to.
to share shit?
I don't know. Well, it lets me share stuff, but I don't know. What are your options on the bottom?
Present.
Yeah, if you go to where's it at?
Share screen. Would that work?
Did you find it?
Share screen works, I think, right? If you're on
Okay.
Tubi or fucking StreamYard.
Yeah,
we're on StreamYard.
Yeah. I think it's
so.
present,
I'll
right?
just share the one that we brightened it up.
So you guys come on my show in like a month and a half. We'll talk for an hour again. Is that cool? Give you guys a little bit of
for
space
sure.
Yeah, just give us a date or whatever.
I think we'll try to convince you to come to Maine.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I
love
mean,
that
I want to
movie.
go to Salem again. Like Jen's never been to Salem. I'm always trying to get her to go to Salem.
Oh, dude, you kidding me? She'd look fucking great doing those posters in the old hunt cemeteries, black houses. You guys,
Like I've been to Salem twice.
Day.
I was once as a kid and then once as an adult.
Nice
I love
Hellfire
Salem.
Club shirt, by the way. Nice shirt.
Okay.
So
I
you've
think
been
it's going
twice,
to let
Sean?
me share this.
Yeah, I've been twice.
And Mikey's never been.
There's something. Yeah, it's right here, Mikey. It's showing up.
Okay. So,
There you
are
go.
you able to zoom in on that, Sean?
Woo! That hallway's freaky. Oh
Let me
shit!
see if it'll let me.
think I
Oh,
can.
it's
You
letting
can.
me do it. So, yeah, this is outside of the lobotomy recovery room.
Wow.
So you can kind of see the face right there.
Standing there's a body. Look at the outline. I can see it
Yeah.
right there. Yep.
And
I
then
was just pointing at it.
And then here is a let me see if it will let me share the other one. Let's see, present, share.
Oh, where'd it go?
I put it down. I'm going to show you
Dude,
the other one.
I'm tracing the line as you're tracing the line. I'm like, that's the body right there.
Yeah, here's the brightened up.
He's sending over nudes now.
Well, that's cool. No worries. Oh, Thomas Patrick Gormley can get you guys into the Salem Paracon next year at Salem State University in Massachusetts.
cool.
If you guys want this coming fall.
Yeah,
But look
so
at that. Look at that.
Yeah, this is like shit. It went to the other one.
Is that the same hallway? Mikey?
Yeah, it's the same image. It's just brightened up.
I saw that. Thomas can get you guys in, even as speakers. Probably he got me and native speakers. He run him and the Salem State
When does that run?
University. Salem State, right in Salem. We stayed at we got a B&B right there in Marblehead. Do a little
When
walk.
is that?
Usually October, right? October, November. Tom, I forget now.
Okay.
But you guys come up. That'd be great. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, at the top.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and it was like I said. I didn't hear anything.
Remember.
Nothing. We were just taking pictures randomly in that hallway.
Sometimes they just watch you. Sometimes
Yeah.
they just watch you. They observe.
Yeah, it's a wild one. That's probably I haven't got anything on like just regular camera since then. Nothing substantial, unfortunately.
What year's Trans Allegheny? You got to be 1800s, right? Awesome. Yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah,
Well, they have
have
the Civil War Hospital, and then they have like the Kirkbride building.
Gettysburg 3
and-
times. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Gettysburg's cool. We go to the bash every year too. We're gonna be there again this year too.
So you guys ever been out of the country? I've been to Montreal once.
No,
I've
Catherine.
been. Me and Jen have been to Jamaica for our honeymoon. We went to the Rose Hall when we were down there.
Caribbean pirate stories out there.
Well, yeah, Rose Hall's the whole Annie Palmer, the Ballad of Annie Palmer with Johnny Cash and all that, and like, she was supposed to be the White Witch, and she killed off some of her slaves and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
her body's buried on the property too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
We actually
Sean
talked
Craig-
about possibly going there, like the ghost hunt the place. We were talking to the venue or whatever, like the actual Rose Hall about renting it and everything, but I don't know if it's gonna be possible, at least not within the next few years. But because it's really
International
expensive.
shit's hard with passports and people and
Yeah,
There's still some Corona backlash ish.
Yeah. And just getting your equipment and stuff out of the country. I know we had Paranormal Quest on here, and they were talking about their Australia trip, and Yeah, they were saying like you have to like duct tape all the batteries and do all this random shit, and then you still get stopped at customs or whatever. And then, and then if you make the mistake and say, "Hey, I'm a paranormal investigator. That's why I have this stuff," then the people start talking to you, and then you potentially miss your connecting flight, and it just sounds like a nightmare.
What a fucking headache!
Yeah.
Someone complained about a cockroach on 3. Must be some cockroach bite your head off, man.
Yeah.
No, I dig that. And I get that. Like all these people trying to do Transylvania tours and England tours, and it's all great Ireland tours, but it's hard. It's a lot of loopholes. It's a lot of things. A lot of hoops, not loopholes, but hoops.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get
so what would be your bucket list out of the country?
Oh, that's a good question. I was just going to ask you the same question, but I'll start first. How's that sound? Well, I got a lot of Italian descent, but I got a lot of Irish descent. There's an island off Italy. My parents are from my great grandparents are from Calabria, and my great grandfather's from like right underneath Rome. But there's an island right off there. They call it Vampire Island, when they bury people with bricks in their mouths and shit like that. That'd be pretty cool to visit. So I'm probably gonna say Italy as a whole. I'd have to go there and try some legit Italian food. Go find the Pacelli's, which is like some from pea farmers in Calabria, Italy. I did a lot of research on where I'm from. And I got a lot of Canadians from St. George. That's where the Begans are from. Now, I've been to St. Catherine. There's like a strip club and a bank depot on every corner.
That was the name of the one church that used to be in my neighborhood with St. Catherine.
Yeah, girls take dollar bills, but not with their mouths, put it that way. So it's pretty wild, fully naked. Pretty awkward when you're 19, 20, because they don't want to be 18 at strip clubs back there. You have to be 21 to have beer and shit in Montreal, St. Catherine Street. So I did that. But as far as other country, I got to say Jamaica sounds great, but I think Amsterdam's cool too. I love my weed. But I'd say Italy. I got to go with my roots. You know, Japanese forest is cool. And fucking the castles in Ireland and Egypt and you know, the Wall of China. All that shit's great. But I'd say Italy. As far as America bucket list, I got to get Chicago. I'm a diehard Bears fan, White Sox. I love the old school Mafia, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. A lot of history in Illinois. The fountain from Married with Children, Buckingham there.
Yeah,
it's a big one. I've been by there on the way to Iowa. We didn't stop, though. So I'd say that. And there's got to be some crazy shit in Alaska, right? Abominable snowmen, even, they say, right? Thunderbirds?
Yeah, I mean, I've researched paranormal places in Alaska. I don't remember any of the names.
I know there's some.
There was a lot of them.
I don't remember what the hotel's called, but yeah.
There's got to be UFOs and Bigfoots and Yetis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, investigate while the Northern Lights are going on. That'd be, see if you get some weird shit there.
See, but you guys are into that shit like me. You'd like to do New Orleans, Gettysburg, San Diego, where the Whaley House is, America's first real haunting, where they hung people, and you know, Queen Mary and Alcatraz. All that shit's great. I'm not knocking it by any means, because I love that as much as I love the little shit. I just think it should be up there with it.
Yeah.
But oh my god, a bucket list goes on. You'll never make it in life to finish them all. You gotta be kidding me. You have to be fucking Michael Keaton or whatever the fucking have all this money.
I've been to New Orleans a couple times too. New Orleans.
Oh, Sean, or you have to be like Sean Bowman, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's like, oh yeah, I've been there.
All right, my bad, Sean.
I've been to Italy too.
I've been
engaged
to
in the cemetery.
Twice, have you? I've been to the moon.
Yeah.
Sean, I gotta ask you, Sean, what the fuck's New Orleans vampires and voodoo and just wow, really, Madame fucking LaRue or whatever.
Yeah, well, we were engaged in the cemetery in New Orleans. Actually,
of course you were. Jen's got a dark side.
Right here.
Is she there? Have her pop on and say hi.
She actually just came in, but she went in the bathroom. So,
well, she'll be there for a half hour. It's every girl they got to powder their nose and go on Facebook and fucking make a tweet. So that's cool. You've been to a lot of Holy Land or unholy land, however you want to look at it, right, Sean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, New Orleans in general, like it has a vibe. Like you can just it feels like the town's alive. Seriously. And we went to we haven't been in like in the La Laurie mansion, but we've been by. We've taken pictures outside. Like that'd be a really cool place to get into for sure.
Yeah.
See, that's cool, and that's like Salem. And that's a lot like Boston, I think, in the East Coast. Maine doesn't get a lot of love, but Salem gets a lot. Salem on Halloween gets like 90,000. A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've been all the Hubie Halloween sites. I've been at Adam Sandler's house. the diner he's been to in New Hampshire and Manchester, and I've been to all the Salem sites where he shot Hubie Halloween and Danvers and shit. So it's fun. It's also like a bucket list. Like I've been to, the diner. You ever watch Hubie Halloween?
Yeah.
Remember the diner where the girl from Modern Family works in Port St. I've been there. The Black Hat Diner. It's actually the Danvers Diner, and I've been there. Had a meal, talked to the girl. That's my YouTube channel too. So I incorporate it all. It's fun, but it's all tight. Connecticut, most haunted state. Yeah, Connecticut's got a lot. Connecticut's got so much. I've been in a WWE building, but I've also been, like I said, Union. There's so much stuff out there. There's the Arnold Benedict parade. There's a bridge with bulldogs on it. It's just different shit. If you go to a place, you can find the things, I think, that are entertaining and fun that aren't so much generic. You know what I mean? You guys fucking know.
Was there anything else you'd like to promote?
No, I guess, okay, well, we're at the end here. Well, we've got almost 2 hours. Holy cow. You guys are awesome and easy to talk to. I'm going to get you on my show. You can follow me at Adam Begin, Begin on Facebook. I'm also Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Historically Haunted Booking, LLC, on Instagram and Facebook. I'm also accepting new clients, like I said, $10 a month at a 12-month minimum. That's $120, and I'll represent you. I have everything from independent professional wrestlers to belly dancers to directors to actors to witches to paranormal investigators, podcast hosts, YouTube, you name it. I get everybody, a lot of people, good friends. So check us out. Co-founder of Historically Haunted Paranormal on Facebook. I'm also the head tour guide of Historically Haunted Tours on Facebook. And Historically Haunted Vodcast every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, sponsored by Donnie Green, who drove the red truck in Pet Cemetery, Bauer Green Logistics, and John Green Logistics. And that's on TikTok and Facebook. And it's a lot of brands. Historically Haunted is the thing. I'm trying to trademark it. I'm getting the LLC going. I'm trying to make this a business and finish out my life doing this and leave this as my mark. And not be a prick and not be a conceiver and not take people's money. And people are happy. People make posts say thanking me. So, yeah. Anyway.
Did you get all of them, though? Did you forget
I think I did, brother. Let me think.
About your MySpace page.
Yeah, MySpace. Let's see. I'm known as the guy that jerks.
Your Napster playlist.
I'm good. Like I said, Adam Historian Ghost Hunter, Historically the Paranormal, Witch and Life Guide. That's my girl Heather. And yeah, man, I'm here to love. I'm here to enjoy, meet good people like Mikey B and Sean Bowman. And I'm gonna take a Valium now and go to bed. And no, seriously, man, I appreciate you guys and letting me spew. That was fun. OnlyFans, not an OnlyFans yet.
Yeah.
Send me money from PayPal. Message me. Send me money. I'll send you an armpit pit. How's that? You'll love it. You haven't seen hair like this in years. You'll love it. No, man, like I said, it's just all about living life, and people can do it the right way. I can sit at home, do drugs, and just beat off, or I can just try to do it up there and acknowledge it and educate people and just have fun, leave a mark, and meet awesome people like Bumping the Night Society.
And still beat off.
You can still do both.
Yeah.
It's not like it's rape, porn, who cares? But you know what I mean? Or I can take a shit at a truck stop at 2 a.m. and 5 other guys shit and make a melody out of it. You know what I mean? I'm not hurting nobody. But in my spare time, if I can help people out. Oh, by the way, can I bring it on real quick? Flash. Real quick. I got that sign, by the way. It's a porn star. But,
nice.
So, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys' time. I'll send you some open dates to come on my show. I'd love to have you. And I appreciate you fucking letting me ruin your brain cells for an hour and 2 hours.
Thanks for coming on.
Find you guys.
What's that?
Just everywhere.
UpInTheNightSociety.com.
I don't think we don't have a .com though. No, we don't have that. We just got the usual.
I mean, we're in the works with that. I need to.
I talked to Troy and all of them. I talked to all these guys. I you know what I mean. I'm friends with your wife and Troy and you guys, and I appreciate you guys. It's a brotherhood, and this isn't just bullshit for a podcast. I feel like the 2 hours we're getting to know each other, and I fucking mean that, man.
Hell yeah.
Life's
We
too
gotta
short
we
to
gotta
be
talk
sad.
wrestling one of these days too, because I'm real big into wrestling too. We just didn't have time.
All right, you're making me do it. Well, okay, real quick.
Are we getting an armpit pick?
Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go.
3.5 hours. The guy tattooed all the colors from the old logo. And I bring it, I go to shows, my arms things cut off. And they go, what's that? I go, that's WWF, the Federation before it was
Yeah, hell
It was
yeah.
like the World Wildlife Fund.
Yeah.
Worldwide. Look at that. So my girlfriend got me a shirt and it's a panda bear hitting another panda bear with a steel chair.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah. That's awesome.
Thanks
Hell
for
yeah.
hosting, Adam. Oh, yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for letting me rob your time, man. This was fun. I get to know you guys as
For sure.
people.
Hell
Your
yeah,
audience,
definitely.
my audience, coexisting. Hopefully, we both get new followers. I love to team up with you guys. If you ever come to New England, please don't hesitate to message me, even if it's Connecticut, Massachusetts. If I can make the trip, I'd love to be some sort of host or guest and just meet you guys. Give you guys
Hell
both
yeah.
hugs.
That'd be cool.
Seriously.
Same if you come to the Berg, man. Hit us up.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known I went to Evans City. Shit, I would have stuck to Pittsburgh and gone. Got
Hell
a hot
yeah.
dog at the Steelers game.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, 5 minutes left to go. Let's just do 5 more minutes. Okay.
5
Sean?
more minutes? Okay. Okay. We'll hit
Yay.
the 2-hour mark.
Well, I want to ask you guys questions now too before I have you on because I'm kind of booked till the end of April. Like, what do you guys like when you think of New England? What do you think of as far as like haunted tales go? Is it right to Salem, Lizzie Borden?
Yeah, it's usually Lizzie Borden.
I would
for
think
me.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think
yeah.
so.
Yeah. That's always
Makes
one
sense.
I wanted to go there and see if I could solve it, but obviously,
What, Salem? Or
No,
Lizzie?
no, Lizzie Borden.
Oh, Lizzie. You said Lizzie. That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks the Uncle John Morris did it because he left town.
Yeah.
Lizzie got acquitted, correct? She found innocent.
She did.
So-
She did.
But then Emma died, 10 days after she died, and she lived in New Hampshire? It's so weird. It's funny. In Gloucester, Massachusetts, a little south of Salem, there's Hammond's Castle. It's actually a castle with a drawbridge and a fountain. That's the guy that invented the remote control. He's buried out back underneath barbed wire and poison ivy with like a fortune. And there's mermaid scene out back in ghost ships, and you can rent the castle out for weddings and shit. So Mass is loaded. New England's loaded. I can see a lot of bump of the night societies bumping in the night in New England. I can see it with your team, with you guys doing some serious. I think it needs to be discovered, and I want people to come here that are serious, that have respect.
Yeah.
And if you guys are willing to come here and do some stuff, because I can't do it alone. It's just Heather and I, a 2-punch team, which is great. But you guys got the willpower. You guys got the cameras, so to speak. And if we can put something together, throw me into some credits. Let's do it this summer. This is a year.
Oh yeah.
So I'll leave you with that. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. I'm not kissing either of you guys' asses after shitting in wherever the fuck you guys shit.
Not Adam.
It was under a bridge.
Jen, did you hear?
Jen,
She said hi to you.
Jen,
Jen, say it again.
put your face on. Get over here.
Adam said, put your face on and get over here.
Yeah, do it. You can't punk
You're
out.
not gonna come on camera right
No,
now. I'm sure.
they're not.
No.
Every time. That's cool. That's cool. Much respect. I know she goes a lot of places. I see she's friends with, like I said, Bree and Brooke and all of them. So much respect to her and you. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, guys, you guys can find me anywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok a little bit. Even if I don't book you guys as agents, I'll share you as much as I can. I'll talk about you tomorrow night. I had a lot of fun with Sean and Mikey. I'm going to mention it tomorrow with Irene. Irene is a great, she's in a lot of different things as a medium. So that'll be fun with Nate Elwell as co-host. You guys can tune in. Love you, Nomar. There's the UFO ghost hunter from me.
There he is.
Author, Nomar Slevik. Nomar, you got to come on their show. Talk. They love aliens and ghosts and shitting in places in public. You
Yes,
gotta come on
yes,
and talk.
definitely.
Stephen King, dildos. You gotta come on and talk. And Jen can say hi from afar without even looking on the cast. All
Yeah,
right?
and you can't even hear her. I didn't even hear her say anything. I
She's
think you
not
just made it
there.
up, Sean.
Sean's making it up. Thank
He's
you.
making it up.
Dude, you and me are get the fuck out of here. Mikey.
Jen's AI.
Jen, say hi.
Oh yeah, dig it. All right, guys. Shit. You guys are awesome. You're fam now. I'm
Hell
not just bullshitting. It was a fun 2 hours of just shooting the shit.
Definitely,
sure.
definitely.
So,
And yeah, again, feel free to share your stuff on our pages. Just throw it on there. We'll prove it and be like, hell yeah.
Yes,
follow this
Nomar,
shit.
what's up? I'm officially part of Bump of the Night Society. I'm just the main chapter. So I'm gonna tell people that now.
The main chapter, yeah.
I'm the mermaid chaser for
member.
Bump of the Night Society. So suck it. Oh yeah, no, seriously. Well, I'll get you some open dates tomorrow when I'm sober. It's my Friday. I'll work a little bit. But I appreciate you guys' friendship and time. Barb Young, how are you? So we'll leave you with that. Historically Haunted, Bump of the Night Society. We killed it.
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for coming on, brother.
Love you guys.
Thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can find us here, and here, and here. Don't forget, everybody needs a little bump in the night.